What's up? Welcome to today's second live stream. It's going to be in a devlog this time instead of a work stream. Give me a moment as I kind of get set up. Excuse me. I may be joined by someone today. We will see, maybe. But in the meantime, guess I'll just kind of, talk about what I've been up to. Realized that I have some expiring flight credits on two separate airlines that I have to use. They expired early or a little bit later this year, and don't mind Roscoe, he's just being annoying. But yeah, I have to, one of my flights is on Singapore Airlines, and I learned that I had to transit through Singapore to use that credit, which basically means I'm probably just gonna go to Singapore because there's no reason for me to go and hop on a plane to Singapore just to then hop on another plane to go to a final destination, just to then take, that final destination, go back to Singapore, and then come back home. Singapore is very, very, very far away. From SFO, it's like an 18-hour flight, and I'm not trying to deal with that. So yeah, been looking at hotels. I am having sticker shock. I was looking at the Edition Hotel in Tokyo. It's gonna run me between $7,500 and $10,000 for a week, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend that right now, especially just for a week. Oh yeah, give me a second. Let me share my screen right quick. So let's go to oh shit. Never mind. I think I can just create it. Let me join. Alright, let me sign in right quick. Alright, there we are. Yo, what's going on?
Hey. How you doing?
I'm alright. Are you streaming, or is it just me? I can't hear you. You just went silent.
Oh, sorry. I was getting I forgot I had YouTube up too. So my eCam membership expired, the trial. And I'm like, because I will be traveling, I'm debating whether to sign up now or wait until I get back.
Where are you going?
I'm going to APAC, like somewhere. I'll be like in India, maybe Thailand, or in maybe Bali, actually, Indonesia. I think we were talking about
when
this
are
before.
you going? That's probably a better question.
So I have a one-way ticket, November 15th. I'm heading out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to come back sometime January.
All right. Well, we should talk about that in a second. So it sounds like you're not streaming. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to eCam. So that way, I can get your video in the stream and not just be a Zoom chat.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Sure.
Yeah, I realized that you're not even in the channel. Like we actually have a YouTube channel where folks are, and I'm like, oh yeah, because you're a single channel guest, you're not there. I was
Right.
like, okay.
Yeah, when he said he shared the link, I was like,
Yeah,
I
because
can't
I have
find it.
Zoom integrated, so it's just I start my meetings from Zoom. That's why I was like, if it's there, you just click the join.
You start your meetings from Zoom.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not Zoom, from Slack. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I do
Oh,
everything.
so you
from
went
Slack.
live just now on YouTube through Slack?
No, the Zoom happened through Slack.
Oh, the Zoom. Got it.
The live happens through my live stream. I have a stream deck that does a lot of things, but eventually, yes, I would like to be able to kick off my stream from Slack, have it automatically send out a request to my little bot that does things, and it does more things and other things. But yeah, all right, so yeah, go ahead and join there, and I'm gonna ask you to mute yourself on Ecamm.
Yes.
Because we're using Zoom. Yeah, we'll just use Zoom. All right, I'm gonna turn down music here right quick. I'm dealing with allergies right now.
Sorry to hear. Can't believe it's gonna be 95 in Houston next weekend.
Oh, it is?
Or something in the 90s. Yeah.
Well.
No,
that's for the high. Like now it's the time of year where it cools down at night. It's not the same temperature throughout the day.
Yeah, you guys have a really wide spread. It's like 95 and then it drops like a lot at night. Right now here it's like 70s, hitting 60s.
I think that's what it is here. Well, here, let's see.
Not at night. That's our highs.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, let's see. It's currently 30 right now, but we have a low of 26. Let's see what 30 is. 30.
You're a Celsius guy?
Yeah, so it's 86. It feels good though right now. And then it's supposed to go down to 25, so 77. So it'll be in the 70s here too.
Okay.
But yeah,
how you been, man? It's been a while.
I've been busy. I'm tired, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm tired. I had a stream earlier today, and then I went laid on the couch for a little bit. I wasn't actually planning to like go to sleep, but I fell asleep.
Just knocked out.
Yeah, and it was your message that woke me up actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you shouldn't apologize, because it woke me up just in time for that meeting that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that we have a team meeting too. So.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. But fortunately, it's set up to where like I don't actually have to be there, so it runs. It's scheduled like all that. Well, you see some of this, like you're in that one channel, but like there's a lot of other things that I tie into that, and there's like scheduled things that go even without me, which is good. I'm trying to build it to where it's like certain things could just be there, and I don't have to necessarily be there. Right?
Okay. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Not leverage. Yeah, I guess it is kind of leverage. But
I'm curious.
What exactly is that Slack? Like that workspace? Is that your?
So it started out as
thing?
It started out as like, so Code and Color is my company that my little thing that I started, and it started out as my team channel for all the products that I was building, and then when I decided to just give up on my dreams and ambitions, I was like, well, I've set up all this stuff and like I didn't want to just throw it away, so I was like, let me just repurpose it. So for folks who I talk to a lot and like who I collaborate with, I'll just have them in there, and it's a really good place for me to just like keep in touch with everybody, as well as I build and add more and more people. It can become a networking thing, but it's vetted, right? It's not like a general Discord where it's just open to anybody. It's people who I work with and who I value enough to like be in there, because it's not free. So it's like I actually pay money for the folks who are in there.
Right.
It's just like, like.
So it's like turning into a community kind of network thing.
Somewhat like that, but more of a team building type of thing, more like team. So it's like, yeah, it's community, but like, hopefully, because most of the folks in here, some of the folks in here who we do stuff, and we all know other folks, and it's just like, how can we work together to get to where we're trying to go? I'm going to share my screen right quick just so that you're not left behind, because I just realized that we have Zoom open, so yeah, you can see. But yeah, it's interesting that you were talking about you have a ticket, because I have to book a flight. I had to book 2 flights this year, or else I'm going to lose substantial flight credits.
Yeah, I caught the beginning of your stream. You're talking about one has to be Singapore, right?
Well, it doesn't have to be Singapore. It's just that I learned that to use it, I had to transit through Singapore, which in my mind that just means that I may as well just go to Singapore. Cause like initially I was like I want to use that to go to Japan, and they're
Mm.
like, oh yeah, you could do that, but you have to fly to Singapore first. And I was like, the fuck, like Singapore is from San Francisco is 18 hours. You have to fly
Oh yeah,
over
you would go to
Japan.
Japan over the Pacific.
Yeah, you fly
Yeah.
over Japan, and then it's like you get to Singapore, and then there's another 7 hour flight back to Japan. And then when I want to go home, I have to go through Singapore, and then go. I'm like, nah, I'm not about to do that. I'm like, I may as well just go to Singapore. At that
Might as well go to Singapore, yeah. Damn. Is that because it's Singapore Airlines?
Yeah, and
Is
it's
there
because it's a
any
flight
route
credit.
that they have that doesn't have Singapore as like a terminal?
No, it's because it's a flight credit. So, like,
No, I get that, but like you don't have to go to Singapore. You just have to take Singapore Airlines.
yeah,
But
I don't have to go to
There
Singapore.
there might be a flight leg that doesn't involve Singapore.
No,
maybe.
they won't. It has to transit through. They were very adamant about that. They're like, the flight must transit through Singapore. I was
That's
just
such a-
like, oh my gosh,
That's
fine.
annoying.
It is annoying. It's very annoying actually. It's but you know what? It's fine. Like I was like, I could just stay in Singapore, I guess, for I don't know a few days, and then I was like, let me go to Malaysia because I can book a flight on Scoot Airlines, which is Singapore's like domestic. It's not domestic, but you know what I mean. Like it's for that region. It's like $100 to get to like one of the islands off the coast of Malaysia. So
Okay.
or $120 to go to Thailand, or $150 to go to Hanoi.
Damn,
So-
we all
or go
sound
to
reasonable.
Laos or Cambodia. So it's like I may just go to one of those because normally I go to Singapore at the end of the year, every year, and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. I have to figure it out because I also have like 3K on United, and I'm like I had to use that by 12/31. So I'm just like, well, fuck. Like there are
wow.
not that many more weeks in the year. So it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, you're running out
Yeah.
of time.
So yeah, that's what
Damn.
that's what this is. I was looking for a hotel, and god damn, it's gonna cost me like $10,000 or $7,500, $10,000 for a week in Tokyo.
Yeah. If you go
So-
Marriott, you're definitely gonna pay like almost like US prices,
Well, it's more than that.
if not more.
Yeah. So I have to because I have 5 Sweet Night awards that I have to use, and then I also have gosh, what do you call it? Like I have a free night. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but how you been though? What have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah. What have I been up to? Just like working out a little bit. I haven't been streaming as much, but I've just been like,
I haven't seen the stream at all. I've only seen the one. What do you mean that's much?
that's all right. Yeah, as much means zero. But I've been soaking in a lot of information. Like I'm trying to see how it all ties together, all the puzzle pieces. Got like my stream deck set up a little bit, playing around with some layers. Played around with my audio a little bit. And then I've been like doing some web scraping. I wrote like a web scraper, and playing around with like some other stuff that I haven't been streaming, but yeah, so basically there's a website. I'm not going to mention what it is, but like they have videos on their site and it's like membership access. So like kind of like the Netflix subscription model. And like I really don't want to pay. It's really expensive. And I've been paying for like almost more than a year. So I was like, how hard would it be to write a scraper to like save down the files? Just as a challenge to myself. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. There's some really nice like libraries you can use in the JavaScript ecosystem.
Are you using JavaScript, not Python? Not Beautiful
Yeah,
Soup?
I'm more comfortable. Yeah, not Beautiful Soup. I was just using. I was gonna use Puppeteer initially, so it would be like a real browser, but I ended up just using. Do you know XPath? Have you heard of XPath?
Yeah, it's I thought it was like a query thing. They have it built into whatever.
To the DevTools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just, because all their data is like, they use something weird. It's by the people who made 37 Signals. It's called Turbo.
Oh, Basecamp, those folks.
Yeah, the Basecamp folks. They have something called Turbo where it's like instead of a like a JSON API response, you get like HTML in your response.
I
So
think I know it. I
for,
think we use Turbo. I think.
do you really?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So for that,
Or Turbine. Never mind.
because the response wasn't in or it might be called Hotwire actually. I think that's the name. But the file format's called Turbo. I'm not really too familiar with it, but because the API response is in XML and not JSON, I just used XPath instead. Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, it was a fun project. I think it was like pretty rewarding just to hit that button and then just seeing everything download and be like, I made this.
Ah, well,
So
speaking of like, you remember that bot thing I was working on, right?
yeah, the Slack bot.
Yeah, it does things now. Here, let me see.
Does it? Yeah.
I mean, it does a little bit. Let me pull up.
Demo day.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
I'm just kidding.
give me a second. I'm like,
By the way, did you change your setup? Like, is your Ecamm monitor now on that screen to your left?
no. I was looking at Slack. My Slack is over there.
No, the other screen on your left, like more to your left.
Oh, here?
Yeah, was that always there?
No. This is my iPad.
Oh, it's your iPad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Gotcha.
I used to have it here, but I've reorganized my desk. In fact, I can show it to you. It's different now. Well, can I show it to you? Yeah. I think I can show it to you. Give me a second. Let me figure out how to
Something just looked different. I think that was it.
see if I can go to my phone. Will it work? Of course not. Of course not. Why would anything work? All right, let's unlock this. We'll do source camera. I think every time I unplug my phone, it messes things. I should probably stop doing that. Okay, you can see my. Oh wait, never mind. You can't see my screen. Okay. You'll have to look at it on the stream. It'll be behind.
Okay.
But
By the way, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
My audio is coming through Zoom, but my video is coming through Ecamm, right?
right,
Why is there not like a lag?
a lag on.
Like, how is it on stream? Why? Like, it's synchronized. But
Oh,
like,
that's
because
the audio.
they're
All right,
going through
so Zoom audio is real time. So is Ecamm audio. It's real time. So because it's the same feed, I'm getting them at the same time. It seems weird. It's confusing, I know, but like because it's the same. Like you're using the same device and you're just sending it to do two different sources. And because both of these sources are low latency.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just so fast that it's basically no latency. Got it.
All right, yeah, so here you go. So I got the iPad, and then back there I have my Mac Studio with some hard drives on it. But monitor, and then I moved my Stream Deck from it used to be like over here somewhere, the small one, and I moved it here. And then when I upgraded this, initially I had like a little mini one, which is actually on the desk over there. You can see it right there. See it? So
There's a mini one.
Yeah. I have another laptop. Well, there's two laptops over there. You can't see the other one, but yeah. So I had the mini one, which is bus powered. That was here, and then I purchased the X4 because I needed more DSP, and I also wanted to be able to plug in more mics as well as plug in my MPC, all at the same time. So I upgraded this, and then I decided to redo my whole desk. So I put my mic boom arm back on, which is why my mic is no longer on that little thing that I was holding. I go back and forth. Yeah. I have like 3 booms and sometimes I want to hold it. I'm weird. So it's like, because I moved my Mac Studio, which used to be here, to behind this monitor, that freed up all of this space. And I also moved this from down here to up here. So now I have all this. So I put all this down here, and then my phone. And yeah, so as a result, I needed to put my iPad somewhere else. My iPad used to be over here. It would kind of be taking up space, but I put my mic arm over there when, like I do this, when I'm not using it. So I decided to just mount it here, and I mounted it horizontally, but this thing rotates. So yeah, I just have it there. Yeah.
That's sleek, man.
Yeah. So far, like it's pretty clean. I'm mostly satisfied with it. I don't think I'm gonna do any changes anytime soon. Hopefully.
Yeah, that was great, dude.
Yeah. The only
You looking
things
at
is
the
that.
addition?
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I just saw your window again.
yeah. I had planned to stay in the suite. Here it looks pretty dope because they have I have a direct view of that Tokyo Tower, which I don't know if this is gonna show the. No, it's not showing the suites. It's interesting. How come it's not showing the suites? Well, anyway, at least you can see this. Like you can see it's right across from that Tokyo Tower thing.
Right.
So yeah, I was gonna say the addition. Initially, I was gonna stay at the Ritz Carlton, but I'm like, that's 200, so it's like 2,000 a night, and I was just like, yeah. So I'll probably just stay here.
Yeah.
The Ritz Carlton is actually in a location. It's in Shibuya, which is where I want to stay. So that's
Yeah.
initially why I was like, I'm gonna just stay at the Ritz, even though I don't like honestly, Ritz hotels, in my opinion, they're kind of stuffy. Like they're not my
They
vibe.
are. They're a little old. Yeah.
Yeah, they're comfortable, but like, so I was just like, the addition, it seems relatively nice, you know, like that view right there. I can't like, yeah, I was planning on doing some live streaming from out there, maybe do some videos, and maybe turn it like I would
that'd
have
be
to turn it
sick.
into a work trip at that point. Like when I say work trip, I mean like I would have to expense it under Code and Color at
Right.
that point, which I may do because I actually have to spend money. It sounds weird. Like a lot of people don't understand it. I don't think they understand how money or our tax code works. But you know, if I lose money or do something for business or whatever, well, that's taxes I would have just gave to the government for nothing. So it's like I may as well use it and get something from it. So this
but
may
it's
turn
not
into
the
that.
whole amount, right? It's just like the amount's not taxable.
Well, yeah. So I reduce my taxable income,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
which
Because some people think it's like that entire amount,
Oh, no,
which
no.
it's not. But it's like you're basically saving like 30-40%, whatever.
which is a
whatever
lot.
your bracket is.
Which is a lot.
It is
right?
a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's 40%. So it's 30. I think it's technically like 34, 36%, but I round up to 40. So
Yeah,
for
no,
me
it's
to
a
just-
lot.
Yeah, so I was looking at it. I don't like. I have to move. I need to make a decision quickly. I struggle with doing things if I'm forced to do it. And right now, this feels like I'm being forced to go somewhere when it's like I had even
That you don't really want to go. Yeah.
yeah. Because I think I told you I wasn't gonna go anywhere until like the end of the year or something like that.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I thought I was going somewhere at the end of the year too, and then I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I have to go somewhere sooner, which messes up.
So how soon are we
January.
talking?
I was actually considering. So I have to go to San Francisco on 10/23, and I was like, I may as well just keep going west. So leave on the 28th and just go out there for a few days or so.
Okay. So like
Maybe
in a
week.
month you'd be heading out.
Yeah. But I also I have another trip I have to do because I have United flights or flight
Right.
credits, and that's like 3K. So I have to use them, and I'm not about to just lose it. So.
3K is quite a bit. I mean, you could just blow it on business class.
No, I can't.
No?
No,
What?
nah.
Where would you go for 3K?
Well,
a
it's not a lot of places. It sounds like a lot, but everything is expensive. So I was looking to go to Oman because I haven't been there in a while. So I was like, I can just go visit my buddies out there. A flight, just a regular economy, is 3,500. To fly business,
out.
it's 11,500. To go to Japan,
To Oman.
yeah, to Muscat, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Japan, it's it's damn near 3K for an economy flight. It's close to 5K for premium economy, which is at this point like I'm not gonna pay the business. It's $16,000. I'm like, yeah, no,
Right.
nah, like no. So yeah, like the 3K, it's basically just it'll cover most of the trip, but I'm still gonna have to come out of pocket. So I'm still looking at like 10 G's to do something, and
Dang.
so I guess I don't know. I guess I won't get that Leica. Maybe I'll just have to not take it. I don't know, because I did just purchase that Leica in Q3. That was 7,000 and some change. I think it was like 7,400. No, 7,300 after everything.
Dude, Leicas are so sick.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I would rather have a Leica than to go somewhere right now, because at least the Leica will last. Like, I'm okay with spending.
Can you like sell your credits off market or something like that?
Nah, I have to, and that's the thing. Fuck. So it's like the flights, they have to be in my name, and I have to be the one that boards. And then the hotel points. Well, it's not hotel points. It's what do you call those things? I have sweet night awards.
Free nights.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I can gift those. I can gift points, but like my points don't expire, so I'm not really worried about that.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So I was talking to my neighbor. He stays at the Edition in New York. He's actually going to be in New York this weekend. He's like, yeah, I'm normally staying at the Edition. So he was like, just use points. And I was like, I don't want to be like, I have points, and I've gotten used to seeing a certain amount, and I spent a lot of them doing something else, and I fell over $500,000. So I'm like, I feel broke. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to spend points, but maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see how much this costs in points. Do you know how to do that? No.
How much? What? Like the place costing? Yeah, you can. When you go to your booking thing, there should be an option like use awards.
Man, I've noticed that my computer's been going slow lately.
Yeah, use point certificates. There you go.
All right, let's see. When you say you're going to Bali?
So first I'm going to India for like a friend's wedding, November 16th, and then after that I'm free until like New Year's. So I'm trying to figure out where to go.
We should go.
The whole world's my oyster right now, so I don't know.
Let's go to Thailand. I'll meet you in Thailand. Or actually, no. Do you want to go to Laos?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, or Laos or Cambodia or something like that.
Either or, even both, I'm down. I'm like.
You say on the 6th, I'll just fly to Singapore, and I would just fly to wherever, and we can meet up somewhere.
Okay.
Let me. Oh well, I guess if I do, that means I have to go to Japan in freaking December. Oh my gosh. It's gonna
Christmas
be
in
cold.
Japan.
Yeah, I don't like cold weather. I don't know if you know this. I live in Houston. You'll understand when you come down here. It's just like, it's not cold here. And
how cold does Japan get?
Snow.
Well, that's like Mount Fuji, of course.
No, I think I don't know. Let's see. Tokyo.
Does Tokyo get snow? I've never seen like a Tokyo skyline.
I think it gets snow. Maybe. I don't know, to be honest. December. I did plan to go to Hokkaido. 54 high, 39 low. That's cold, bro. Like
54 high? That sounds. Oh, you're talking Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
now.
this isn't Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of cold. So like, I leave Houston because it's cold, and that's why I go to Singapore or like somewhere else where it's warm every year. It's because I hate the cold, and I'm like, if I don't have to be here, I'm not. So it's like, do I really want to go and walk around for 8 to 12 hours a day outside in the cold? That's really what this is getting down to. Like, and then like, it's not just walking around with my hands in my pocket. I like to take pictures and do videos, and like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, all right. Maybe we can do Japan first, because I'm free until like December, and all of December too. I'm free. So if you want after Japan, maybe if you want to do like Laos or something.
Yeah, I want to do Laos. Laos would be dope. I haven't been there. When I tried to go last time, their visa site was down, so I couldn't get a visa. And I didn't want to try to do visa on arrival because I had just got fucked by trying to go to Vietnam with a visa, and they didn't let me in. So I was like,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a whole thing. Actually, this happened this year. It was earlier in January this year. Like, I was ready.
You know what the situation is now, like with visas and stuff? Do you need anything?
Yeah, you need visas. Yeah, Laos, you need a visa. Vietnam, you need a visa.
I'm so ignorant. Like, I'm an ignorant American. I feel like I can just show up anywhere.
Nah, you can't just show up anywhere. Like, now, if you were an ignorant Singaporean, you could just show up anywhere. Like, I think they have one of the freest passports. But yeah, you have to get a visa for Vietnam, for Laos. You're okay to go without a visa to Thailand. And you could do the same for Singapore. Malaysia, I'm not sure actually. I don't know if you need a visa for Malaysia, but for me, like it probably like I would just try on arrival because I can just walk across the bridge to Malaysia, which is not that big of a deal. I think you go to the Woodlands, and then the bridge is literally right there, and it's like a 10-minute walk. So it's like I could just try to walk, and then they'll be like, "No, you can't come. You need a visa." Okay, I'll just walk back and get my visa, and then just fly to wherever I need to go. But yeah, a lot of countries, some of them will allow you to do visa on arrival, but Vietnam is not one of those countries.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to do that like up to 2 weeks in advance.
Are you gonna be traveling with your Leica?
I don't even know if I'm gonna be getting this Leica anymore because, like, if I'm gonna have to dump, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you had said you already got it. The Q3.
No, I've already ordered it, but I have no ship date. They're just like it'll arrive at some point because they're sold out everywhere. They're back ordered.
Oh,
yeah.
So I'm not in the scene. Like, is this one that just came out? It's new?
Yeah. Here, I'll show it to you. In fact, if you wanna, man, like if you wanna like go to the store every day and be like, yo, will they have one, and pick it up, I will send you money and I'll even give you like a little bit of a something. But yeah, here we are, back ordered.
Dude, I live right by B&H. I'm not too far from B&H.
Well, I meant like the Leica store, because because this is who I ordered it from. So it's just like, just wait, I guess, and hopefully it shows up while I'm here. Because if it doesn't, I don't know what's gonna happen. Because I think I had to sign for it.
What's good about this? Like any new features or anything like that?
It's 61 megapixel. It's got the same sensor as the A7R5. It's got optical image stabilization, 28 millimeter f7 1.7 lens. So you get really decent low light. And the Q3, the difference between the Q2 is that they added a tilt screen. So that right there.
Oh, it just tilts up. Okay.
Yeah, but I hate the fact that it sticks out, but whatever. I like the tilt stuff because sometimes if I want to do something low, I can like look at it, or if I want to do something high, I can look at it. It does 8K video recording, which $0 for me. Don't care.
8K, jeez.
Well, the A7R5 does 8K.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so 8K is more for composition. It's more for composition. It's 61 megapixels, so I think 8K is like 33 of those megapixels.
Okay.
Or something like that. So it's for the composition. So, you know, if you're delivering your content in 4K, well, you have a lot of room to crop in before you start losing details.
That makes sense.
That's really the only reason why I would use it. But it's just like I have an A7S III, which, you know, is a much better.
Were you able to sell those cameras? Any of them that you were trying to sell?
Which ones?
You had like a bunch I saw in your Instagram story. You were like trying to sell.
Oh, yeah. I decided not to sell them. I was just like, fuck it.
Oh yeah.
Something like, I don't know. I was just like, I'll just keep it. I don't know. Like,
you should do like those multi-camera streaming setups.
I used to.
Stream Deck button and.
I used to. My issue is that I have to have more than one encoder, and I'm already running low on like. Well, actually, I can use my monitor. So each one of my monitors, I can get 3 additional USB-C ports. But like I'm tapped out on Thunderbolt 4 ports, and although that's not that big of a deal. Although actually I did just upgrade. I got a new piece of equipment. I'm actually really excited about it. The CalDigit TS4.
Dude, I had that and I knocked it over my table and it fucking broke.
You talking about the new one, right? The one that
the one it came out like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm so annoyed. And then I ended up just getting the TS3. I was like, I don't deserve nice things.
Man, so I have the TS3 Plus or whatever it is, and like, it was annoying me because like I'll touch it the wrong way and it'll disconnect. And like,
oh really?
Yeah, so I couldn't put anything important on it.
So. Okay, I actually had a bug with the TS4, and the TS3 doesn't have that bug. Where like when I was on Zoom, with my Elgato Cam Link, like it would glitch out. Like the screen, like every minute or 2 minutes, it would be this green thing. And then I noticed someone else on Twitch streaming, and he had the same thing. And I messaged them like, "Do you have the Elgato? Do you have the TS4?" And they were like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I know exactly what your issue is."
I know
there's like some way to figure out. You got to plug directly into the Mac. You can't go through the TS4.
You do, yeah. So, I had the other Elgato, the HD60, I think HD60S. That's the one that does it. And what I ended up doing was I upgraded to the HD60X when that came out, and that solved everything. but
Okay.
I don't know if I'm plugged into the TS4. Like, I don't know if you noticed, I have two docks. I have the Razer Thunderbolt 4 dock, which gives me more Thunderbolt ports, and then I have the TS4, which gives me like USB-C and other ports that I don't have. So like,
Right.
I kind of use them all. And
Okay, cool.
yeah, there's a lot of
And your monitors are in plugged into the Elgato, right?
nah,
I mean, not the Elgato, the CalDigit.
nah, they're plugged directly into my Mac Studio.
Oh, you got a Mac Studio, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
plugged in directly, which is why I can't do laptops. It's just like as soon as I get a laptop with only 3 Thunderbolt ports, I have 3 monitors. And you know what I've
Yeah.
learned is that if you're going through these docks, it's not that stable. You can't drive, you know, 2 or 3 monitors at a time from them. I think you can only do 1 or 2 4Ks, and I don't have a 4K monitor.
Right. You have a what kind of monitor do you have?
The one on the left is the LG Ultrafine. It's due for an upgrade when Apple finally releases an upgraded monitor. My primary monitor is the Pro XDR, and then my secondary monitor to the right that I'm looking at right now is the Mac Studio display, 5K.
Okay.
So 16K.
It's a lot of pixel pushing.
It's a lot of Ks. Yeah. And yeah. The Mac Studio has been the champ so far. I can handle it, but I noticed in today's stream, like it was sluggish with doing some things. I'm like, this is starting to feel like my old Intel Mac. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be getting that M3 Ultra.
How do you like the Pro Display XDR?
I love it. Like, to me, like, I don't understand why like I love it.
Okay.
Just that simple. Like, it's the best monitor I have ever owned in my life.
Okay.
It can be better. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wish it had Pro Motion. I wish it had more local, like more demi zones, or if it were just OLED maybe. But overall, like even though it didn't have those things, I haven't noticed. And it's HDR. It's the only HDR monitor that Apple has, other than the MacBook Pro displays, and I guess your
Right.
phone and your iPad. So, like the video on my phone, if I play it, amazing on here. If I were to play it and you're looking at the stream, it wouldn't look the same because like the stream is SDR and it's gonna clip out. In fact, I noticed it when I was looking at one of my last streams because I was showing something in Final Cut Pro that I dislike, but it's a cool feature, I guess. And I noticed that when I was playing those video clips that they were messed up looking, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm things are coming up too quick. I don't understand. It's like I always get caught off guard every year. I never learn my lesson to plan things.
You make plans and God laughs.
Well, I don't make plans at all. that's the problem. Because like I don't even honestly. I'm kind of glad that I realized that I had these flight credits because I didn't even know. I think I was just on Amex and like just going looking at stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you have a flight credit." I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I tried to use it. They're like, "You have to call us." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I broke down and called them. I'm like, "Let me book this flight to here." There, I was all excited. I'm like, "I'm about to go to Japan for free," and then they're like, "Oh, you have to go to Singapore." I'm like, "Fuck."
Dude, you might try calling in and asking for an extension, like maybe as a courtesy. You never know.
Yeah. The thing is I've already done it. This is the extension.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. This is the extension.
Okay.
Honestly, it's my own fault because I booked with points on Amex, and I don't think I should do that again. Because when you book with points, like it's not as flexible. It's like United for me, where it's like I can book something and it's like, within 30 minutes I'm like, oh, I made a mistake, and then we cancel it. Nah, you don't get that option. It's like after a day you're SOL. Well, not really. They gave it back to me in credits, but I was like, can I just get it back as points maybe? And something else, like I think I booked some hotels and like they couldn't give it back to me in points, so they had to give it to me as a statement credit. So yeah, I'm still recovering.
Damn.
From that. Yeah, it's whatever. It's me just complaining. But yeah,
dude, I could since I'm coming to Houston, I could check the Leica store, by the way, and see. There's one in Soho.
Yeah. Like
If I happen to go by New York City, I can You can check it out.
Yeah, if they have it, like I will. I guess I can send you the money somehow, or I don't know. We can figure it out. I can wire it or something. But yeah, like I don't. I know I don't need this camera, but I want it, and I think the biggest reason why I want it is because I can't get it. Like, like I'm being real.
Yeah.
Like I kind of just want it because it's hard to get. Plus, it's kind of cool. Like I want to replace my Fuji X100V with a full frame sensor, like just for lower light. And yeah, that's how I'm rationalizing this to myself. Like I need it for that, I guess.
Now the lens is like fixed on the camera,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
For the
it's a
Leica?
fixed lens. Yeah,
It's a fixed
Yeah.
lens. Yeah.
yeah.
Are there any sample photos that have come out? I'm kind of curious what.
Yeah. Let's go to the Leica. I mean, to be honest, they look just like the Sony A7R5 photos, which is like, and it's the same sensor, and I know that, but like, it's not even about the sensor. It's just like the feeling, right? Like it's the leather, it feels nice.
It makes you feel so good. I know. Like it's such a finely built piece of thing.
And let me
Whatever they
download
make.
this. They have DNGs that you can download, so we can like play with one. Which one of these you like? Another one that we can download.
What would be fun to play around with? Like something darker or something?
That's what I'm asking you. You tell me.
So I don't know much about photography. Like, is a DNG? I guess has like more information. Per
DNG
pixel,
is
like that?
raw. It's just raw.
It's raw.
Yeah.
So maybe let's take something dark and see how many colors we can get out of it. So like maybe that portrait one where the people on the sidewalk.
This.
Yeah.
So it'll be more about your exposure, not necessarily your colors. So let's open these up, or open up one of them, I guess. Oh, dude, I have a print that I'm probably gonna work on. Here it is. Here, I got to do some more editing. Like, there's this little sign right there I want to get rid of, and I think I want to make this darker, and maybe bring that up in brightness. But it's a cool contrast where he's on the phone, and there's a temple. Like, I think it's a dope contrast.
Poor guy. He'll be on someone's wall. Doesn't even know.
I mean, he'll be on a nice wall with good company. So that's
It's hilarious.
I will use Photomator, I guess.
He's just checking on his seamless order, and that's immortalized.
Who?
I was kidding. I was like, that guy's probably just checking on his seamless order. But I doubt they have seamless that delivers to monasteries.
Oh, I don't. They do deliver everywhere there. So maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, oh wait, no. I opened up the wrong one. My bad.
I'm surprised they put this photo up. But I guess they wanted to show the motion blur.
This is an amazing photo. What do you mean?
What do you like about it?
All right. We have these two individuals who are just standing there, and everybody else looks to be busy as fuck. The train's going. The colors are awesome. Like just the color of the train is really
Hold
cool.
on. Let me turn off flux on my monitor because I feel like I think things up a little bit. Okay. Okay. I see the colors better now.
Yeah. It's tilted a little bit, but you can fix that. But yeah, it's showing a sense of movement. So it's not a
I could
static
take this
image.
from my iPhone.
Nah, you couldn't. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do this with your iPhone. It's so yes and no. Sure, technically you can take a photo with your iPhone. It looks okay on your iPhone, but as soon as you get it on this 6K display, it falls apart. It's over sharpened. It's honestly, here, how about this? Let's just zoom in.
So I would need to see it.
Do you see this? You can read the freaking subway thing. You can't do that with an iPhone. Like you can recompose this however you like. So like, let's say for instance, I'm like, all right, we don't want that lady right here. We want to have this sense of balance and focus on this guy right here. We could do that, and we're not going to really lose any. I mean, sure, we're losing detail, but there's so much detail here, where it's like you're okay. So yeah, technically, yeah, you could take a photo on your iPhone. I do it all the time.
I guess like to capture the overall feelings created by this photo, I could use my iPhone. But you're saying like from a more technical, like if I'm trying to put this on a poster in New York City and I needed all the pixels I can get, then like this camera would make
Well,
more sense.
also the shutter speed. Your iPhone doesn't really allow you to control your shutter speed like that.
Right.
So like this is like, you know, it's
Because I have so many blurry photos like this on my iPhone.
but everything's blurry. Not not just certain things. Like these two individuals are sharp. Like they weren't moving. Everyone else is moving. The train's moving. This right here is, oh, you don't see what I'm pointing. I'm sorry. This right here is sharp.
Yeah.
Like there's all this stuff that's extremely sharp, but you get a sense of how fast these people are walking. In relation, like the train, you get a sense of how fast the train's going, and how fast they're walking. Like it's a really cool contrast.
Okay.
And sure, you could take a photo with your iPhone. Now the question is, are you going to be able to pull your iPhone out and compose a shot and do all of that? And like, are you even going to want to do that? To just be, oh, let me get my iPhone out and try not to drop your iPhone, trying to do the weird iPhone picture taking thing, where it's like you hold it weirdly and it's like you have to tap that little button. And like, how do you get focus? Everything will be in focus.
And then you accidentally get like your fingertip in the camera, like all that stuff.
See, I'm looking at this and like I see that this is the depth of field here. It's relatively shallow, relatively, right? Like all of this plane right here, this is the focal plane. However, when you go a little bit further, you can actually see that there's some autofocus bits here. You can't do that with an iPhone. Everything is just going to be in focus.
I guess there is like an artistic aspect to the motion blur, but even with that, it seemed a little sloppy to me.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
But I like it. It feels very candid. Like, you know, there's that slight camera tilt, and it just captures the emotion, right? Like you're in that subway and people are rushing around.
Nah, so we can fix that tilt. There we go. Tilt fixed.
Almost. Yeah, there we go.
Although honestly, I think I would go with the ground. I would want that to be straight. Like that.
The ground to be straight, yeah.
Yeah, and leave that as is. And there's a lot of room here, so like I'm moving it around, just recomposing it. So it's like, you know, I can do this. But I kind of liked it as is, like just the raw as is.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's a recomposition, which, you know, is pretty cool. But yeah, let's open up the other one, because I opened this one up on accident. We'll do the dark one.
Photometer.
Sure. I don't know why we need to save it.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see how much range we have. So this is 200%. One thing to note about Photometer is that it's not as, you can't go as far as you can in something like Lightroom. I think in Lightroom you can go up to like 5 stops. More bright. This is only like 200% or just 1 stop. But it makes it like, you know, I guess it helps protect certain people, I suppose. It's like you just come in, it's just, you can't really jack it up too much. But yeah, you see that there's a lot of detail here. And this is just exposure. Let's play with the shadows.
Yeah, what if you bring shadows up? Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail here in these shadows. And what I like about this is that, you know, your iPhone is going to expose and make sure everything is visible. Sure, that's fine if you're taking snapshots, but like I like to print my photos, and iPhone photos look shitty, like just real talk, because there's no, it gives you don't know what to focus on, like what's the subject, right? And with this, like I actually like the fact that we're reducing all the other things and we're trying to say, all right, well, the focus here are these shadows, like these humans that are walking into the light. You see this highlight on their hair. You see the extreme contrast between the foreground and the background. You see this little bit of light leaking right there, which is kind of dope. Brighten up my thing. Get it on.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, so that's shadows.
Speaking of focus, I noticed when you were setting up your TV and you turn to look at your TV, you would blur out and your TV would come into focus.
Yeah.
Is that because your camera is looking for eyes to focus on?
No, well, I mean, technically, I guess so. I have it on autofocus, and I have it on face priority, So
Yeah,
if
that
I'm
makes
not in
sense.
the frame, it will. Well, actually, you don't see this right now. So there's eye autofocus, which is what it's using now, and that's my eyes in focus. But what you don't see is that the picture behind me is also like it recognizes that that's the face. So
It's got a square around that
yes.
too.
So if I were to leave from the frame, it won't focus on the TV. It'll focus on the photo behind me.
Interesting.
Well,
So then I wonder why when you turn around,
Cause I'm a
it
human.
didn't focus on her, it focused on the TV.
Cause I'm a human. So it's gonna try to focus on me first. And
No, but after that, when you turn around, then it focused on the TV.
I think it's because it's brighter. It's going to where I'm looking.
okay.
I think it's because it's brighter because I'm still in
Yeah.
the frame, right? So
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
were in the
still there.
frame, yeah.
So it's only when I leave
Like
the
the
frame.
TV won out over that poster of the girl behind you. That
Yeah.
was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean, it should because I also have the AF region, the zone, on the left side
On the
of my
center.
on the sensor, and that's because I never want this to take priority. Because if I'm here and it's like, oh well, which one should I focus on, this human or this other human?
Got it.
It needs to focus on
Yeah.
me, so
makes sense.
it'll only focus over there, unless
It was
I leave
actually a
the frame.
really cool effect because like when you turn to look at your TV, the focus went on your TV too. So it was very artistic. It was almost like a movie.
Well, that's good. I probably should slow the focus down. I think I have it kind of fast right now. This is my A7S III. I decided to just mount it here.
Yeah.
Because I was doing some product shots and I needed the A7 IV. So I took that.
Gotcha.
By the way, that's one of the reasons why I don't think I'll get rid of the A7 IV, because it's a good hybrid camera. Like it's good enough for video and it's good enough for photography.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I can use it. And it's a good, like if I travel, it's cheaper. So like if anything were to happen, I give less fucks than if
Yeah.
I'm out and like my $10,000 camera rig is just like stolen, or it's like, all right.
Dude,
Right.
like even a Leica, I'd be terrified traveling with one.
Well, see, the Leica I'm okay with because it's small,
It's
and
small,
like,
yeah. It's compact.
and,
Yeah. It's pricey, but it's small.
I would put like a little thing on it so I would cover up the Leica thing. I don't need people knowing that I that I spent money on things. I'm looking at
But yeah,
these
that was pretty cool.
highlights.
Like bumping up the shadows is you got quite a bit of detail.
There's a lot of detail in these highlights too. So look at the clouds and watch when I roll these highlights off. You get all these extra details in the clouds.
Oh.
Here, I'll bring it back to where it was, and then slowly you get all the details here in the clouds.
Yeah.
You can do the midpoint. That's something that I don't know if you can do this in Lightroom easily. You have to use curves to do it, but you can adjust the midpoint. Brightness is what they call it. So there's a lot of room in here. Contrast, we can remove contrast, or we can add it in. So like I'll probably add it in, roll off these highlights a little bit. I would actually probably pull the shadows out and increase exposure just a little bit. And then texture, see how it like gives it more, just more detail, like it's sharper.
Yeah.
So from
The
here
pigment
to
got
here.
like sharper.
Yeah. So like I would probably do this and then reduce clarity just to kind of balance it out. And then there's this cool thing called selective clarity. It uses machine learning to figure out what should be clarified rather. And oh wait, no, this isn't the ML. This is the one that's based off of the range, like the range of whatever. All right, let's just play with one of these things down here. So these are they're like presets ish, kinda. I don't know how to explain it.
So
Anyway.
like LUTs?
No. LUTs are different. You could do LUTs here. So here, you turn them on. So you can actually select a LUT. So let's apply the LUT that I'm currently using on my camera. I don't know how it's gonna look because my LUT is for this color profile with this log footage that I'm shooting. But I don't know. This is raw, so maybe it's also the Sony sensor, so maybe it'll just work. Who knows? Let's see. LUTs looks. Fuji. Oh, shit, what did I just do? Wait, what?
Yeah, why would it open not?
Oh, I should have did choose LUT. My gosh. Okay, let's do that whole song and dance again. Where was that? Looks. Nah, it don't work here.
Yeah. It's too dark too.
Yeah. Yeah, these
Maybe
are
if you-
presets.
Maybe
So
if you tone down the intensity.
nah, well, I mean, it. See, the thing is that LUTs. How do you explain it? There are things that you have to do. Like a LUT isn't. You can't just apply it and it'll just look a certain way. Like it's built off of the color profile of your camera and like the look you're trying to achieve. So what I will do, like, so for instance, like let's say that I want to have like a look. Well, what I would do is I would do a color correction, which would just be like a LUT that takes me from S-Log 3 with the color gamut of Cine, whatever it is. And then that will take me to either Rec 709 or like BT 2020 if I want to use that color space. And then from there, I can then apply a look to it, which will do the thing that like most people think of when they think of LUT. So like there's two pieces to it, I guess. And I can show that, but I had to show it to you in video because that's where all of my LUT stuff is.
Gotcha.
But yeah, as you're seeing here, like these are actually changing these settings over here. So they're presets, not necessarily LUTs.
I see.
Yeah. And if we, how do I undo this? So let's say, for instance, you wanted to do color, like do some color changes or whatever. You can do that here in this hue saturation thing. No, I'm sorry, not hue saturation. By the way, I don't use this that often. I use Lightroom most of the time. I only use this when I'm getting ready to do a print. Like I come in to like make sure that there are certain things that like are good. Also, here's what's really cool about this. I'm just like, let's make my brush size a little bit bigger. And let's just say that I don't want this person. Why is this slow? What the fuck?
Yeah, you got some lag going on there.
All right, well, it didn't work. Normally it works. I get to just move them out and delete people.
You almost kind of did. His shadow is still there.
Yeah. I didn't. Well, there's a lot. Yeah, the sun's shining.
It's messy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like I normally come in here and do like touch-ups and just last minute things in here before I get ready to print.
Okay.
Oh shit, let me move this off.
I used to do a lot of Photoshop back in the day. Not like professionally, I just followed tutorials online and stuff, but Photoshop was pretty cool. They had like a Band-Aid tool, somewhat similar.
So I use Affinity Photo as my Photoshop replacement.
Okay.
It's just yeah. So Affinity Photo and also Pixelmator Pro. Those are like my Photoshop because I've never used Photoshop. I mean, I have like when I was younger, but I never liked it. It was hard. And then now that it's a subscription, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like I paid for
Screw
these
that.
tools once, and like,
I know that's hard to beat. That's the main thing that's kind of turning me off.
Well, I do pay Adobe every month for Lightroom, and I haven't found a replacement for Lightroom yet. But I'm searching. Like as soon as
What do you like about Lightroom?
it's the only photo management solution I know of. Like Aperture
for
no longer
managing the
exists.
files.
Yeah, for actually like managing. And these days, I don't even use Lightroom Classic. I use Lightroom CC now. I switched because they gave me the storage. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, it's good enough. Let me see what I have in Lightroom.
So Lightroom will like store it in the cloud? Is that what you mean by storage?
Yeah. They have their so they could store it in the cloud. So I can have it on all my devices. So I can take photos on my phone and edit on my phone, and then come back to Lightroom and do it here.
Gotcha.
So here you'll see the photo that I was editing. You see there was a person there. You didn't see it in the other one, did you? That's because I deleted her.
Boom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's come here. Oh wait, maybe I should come here first just to make sure. Cause I do have photos of people sometimes. Like I want to make sure I'm not showing that. Yeah. So like, let's find. I don't know. Let's say this photo. Oh, this is JPEG. But like, for instance, like I know all of the keyboard shortcuts, which is nice. So if I need to figure out shit, I can do that pretty easily or go into crop. Like just being able to do this kind of stuff to me is really important. and like I can change my different aspect, like guide to whatever. These are things that, like, for instance, Photomator, the thing that we were just looking at, you can't crop with certain aspect ratios. They just don't exist. So like if I want to use this aspect ratio and then be like, oh, I want it to be this, I can't do that. At least I don't know how to do that in Photomator, which is annoying, to say the least. By the way, this is not an iPhone photo. This is you see that background blur right there? It can't be an iPhone photo.
Can't be.
And
They do have lenses now, like you can attach on, but
yeah, but it still won't do that. Like,
definitely not.
yeah, and this is shot at f2 on the APS-C sensor. So, you know, this sensor is at least 50 times bigger than the one on the iPhone. And like, even then, like, you still kind of get to see some of that. If I were taking this on like my my full frame at f2, that would just be ghosted. That would just be blurred out.
Bigger sensor means more light.
More light, as well as potential for shallower depth of field.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So that's the, you know, like you have bokeh, that.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I like full frame because marketing, I guess. Yeah. Also, like, really, like, to be honest, like, low light is kind of important to me because I do a lot of street stuff, and I don't know what the light's gonna look like.
Yeah.
And I don't want to rely on jacking up my ISO if I don't have to, right?
Yeah, you don't want that noise.
Yeah.
What do you mean by marketing? Like, because it, like, for marketing photos, is that what you mean?
No, like, marketing. Just marketing says full frame is better.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Basically, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it is
Full
better
frame versus crop, right? That's the other.
Yeah,
Okay,
crop.
got it.
Yeah, so like they're different crops. You have the APS-C, and there are two versions of that. There's like a 1.5 and a 1.6x. I think Sony is 1.5. I think Canon and Nikon might be 1.6. And then you have Micro Four Thirds, which is half, which half the size in both. So I guess it's 4 times smaller than full frame. So the amount of light that you collect is a lot less, but it has benefits. Because it's a smaller sensor, you can read the data from the sensor much faster. So for video, it's kind of cool because you reduce rolling shutter because you know you can read from the sensor that much faster. But that's why the A7 IV and the Leica Q3, that's why the video has a lot of rolling shutter. It's because it's 8K from a 61 megapixel full frame sensor. It takes a long time to read all that data, and if things are moving, obviously it's gonna show up in the frame.
Yeah.
That's why I like the A7S III. Like, it's full frame and it's got a fast enough sensor readout to where like rolling shutter is almost non-existent.
I don't know what a rolling shutter is.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh.
Rolling shutter.
Rolling shutter.
What the heck?
Is he going to show an example? All right, you see that?
Yeah.
Well,
Like the curved.
there you
Whoa.
go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You see how it's curved?
Yeah.
That's rolling shutter. So it gives the effect of things looking like jello, or it makes straight lines curved. And when you think about it, like, think about how the sensor is reading out data, right? You can actually tell where the sensor is reading out data first, just based off of the direction of this.
Yeah. So it's going bottom up.
Yeah.
Here. Wow. Now I get it.
Yeah. So right here, I'm sure it may not be that big of a deal, but let's say you're like recording fast action, like people are running. Well, if the people are running, now they're running like this. Like they look like it looks weird. Or like, say for instance, you have camera movement and like you're following and you're tracking something. Well, now the light signs look curved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So what were you saying? How are you tying this back in? Like, your camera doesn't have rolling shutter?
Yeah, the A7S III the sensor readout is so fast that it basically doesn't have rolling shutter.
Wow, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't have like real video or real cinema cameras typically have a global shutter, which eliminates it completely. But with these interchangeable systems, these what do you call these mirrorless systems? It's just got to read it fast enough to reduce the effects. So let's see, Sony A7S III sensor readout speed. These are basically like processors almost. So it's like all of the same things from computing, they apply here.
Yeah, it's really
kind of cool. So if you're really into this kind of stuff or computing, then you probably love photography. There's a guy, I think he goes by the mass photographer or something like that. You may like his content. He goes into like, I'll pull it up in a second. I'm not seeing the readout speed here. Readout 8.7 milliseconds
for ultra high def in 25 frames per second. Best rolling shutter value ever measured.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So to read the entire sensor, which is this many pixels, which I mean that may not seem like a lot, but that's a lot. Especially when you consider that this is, I think it's 12-bit or it's 10-bit color. So there's a lot of information to be able to read in 8.7 milliseconds. Like,
so because it's 25 frames per second, then
well, they're using 25 because of where they're from. Here we'll use 24 and 30 and 60. Where they are, they'll use 25 and 50.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking that means 25 frames per second means you're doing 40 millisecond frames. Each frame is covering 40 milliseconds. Or, yeah. And then there's an 8.7. I'm just trying how those two numbers relate. Like if you do like the second divided by 25 frames, so then you get 40 milliseconds. And then the 8.7, that's like what the ratio between 8.7 and 40. I wonder if there's like some term for that or some significance.
We can see. Sip ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I didn't pay for I decided to stop paying. I've noticed that ChatGPT has gotten noticeably worse. Like, yeah, it's shittily worse. It's just like, it's not even worth $20 anymore at this point.
Have you seen some of the people's like prompts that they put in, like the context? And they're so explicit, like, stop being annoying, just saying tell me exactly what I'm asking for.
You mean what I've been doing? That's what I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, yeah. And
I saw a guy on Twitter and he posted his, and it was like huge. It was like maybe like 80 sentences, but it got him exactly what he wanted. But the fact is, you have to put all that in just to get it to stop being like so annoying with its answers.
Yeah, it's really annoying. And yeah, I have little faith in AI. Like, I look at it more now of the danger and the control that it has. Like, it's like who makes them the arbiters of what is right or what is it?
That freaks me out. Plus, they get like OpenAI knows exactly what all these people are searching and questions they're asking, and it's just like such unprecedented power.
It's asymmetric, right? Where it's like, no, asymmetric. You can put in whatever you want, and even if it doesn't respond, they have that, and they're determining who's right or who's wrong or what is a fact and what's not. Like, there are certain things that it just straight up won't answer, or it'll be wrong, and it presents it as if it's correct. And I know some people were like, oh, AI is going to change the world. It is, but I don't think it's going to change it to make regular people better off than me. And what I mean by that is they're going to rely on this, because they're in school learning things, they're relying on this, and this is kind of not that great. So it's like when they get out into the actual world and like they're confronted with real problems that you can't just put into a prompt, they're going to be ill prepared for it. So I'm like, thank you, OpenAI. You've made my future self even better off because because you have students who rely on this now.
Yeah, that's true.
Between shutter speed.
I just sent you on Zoom someone's like tweet where they're talking about
all right, let me pull it up.
Their custom instructions for GPT.
They do. So you know that they had a way for you to go in and like give about yourself or whatever, and I did that. Like no, I told it like, and I still get answers where it's just like it assumes that I'm dumb, but the level of just like it doesn't give me that much detail in the answer. So it's like, first of all, you're assuming that I'm dumb. It's almost like it's condescending, but then when I actually read the thing, I'm like, this is stupid. Like you're not like it's not even good. Like it's like, do you write? And I think I asked the question. I'm like, do you understand that I'm smarter than you? And it's just like hilarious. I mean, but it's the truth. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like I know a lot of people they see it as, oh, it can do all these things, but that's not intelligence. Like right. It's like, you know,
you would like that one in the middle, by the way. It says recommend only the highest quality, meticulously designed products like Apple or the Japanese would make. I only want the best.
No moral lectures. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, whose morals?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is too much effort. Like, I can't pay them $20 a month for this. Like, yeah. Like I justified it. I'm like, you know what? If it can do all these things, even if it wouldn't have gotten better, like if it would have just remained the same, that was worth $20.
Yeah.
Over time, it's gotten actually worse. I think, and we should read that. We should go over a paper. I found the paper actually on how GPT is noticeably worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Here, let me find it. Let me see. Come here, bring it up.
Dude, I've been paying for fucking Mid-Journey and I don't even use it. I need to cancel that.
Yeah, I think I put it on one of my virtual cards because I forget a lot. So now I just put it on a virtual card that automatically expires. So that's what happened with GPT. That's why I didn't renew, because I had to actually go in and actively ask the question, does this give me value? And most of the time it's no, so I don't even go and do it.
Do you have a provider you recommend for that?
I have, yeah. I have, well, there are two, so you can use privacy, but I have the X1 card, which is an app.
Privacy.
So yeah, I have this. And
that's sleek.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I can
it's actually physical too?
Yeah, I'll send you an invite if you want it.
Yeah. There's a charge?
What do you mean, a charge?
Like, is it invite only or is it like paid?
When I got it, it was invite only, but I think you can apply. But I mean, if you apply it using my link, I'll get some points or something like that.
Okay.
Wait,
they got acquired by Robinhood.
Oh, well, fuck. I
don't know if I want it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't know if I want it. Well, to be fair, I don't really use it for anything other than like this type of shit. And it's pretty dope. The app is cool because you can just go in and just create a virtual card. You can have it be a one-time charge. You can set the limit. You can set how many times it's able to do it, or you could do it like expire automatically or something like that. A one-time use, single use is what I think they call it.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's marketed for like, I don't know, millennials. They gave me an insanely, I don't know if they do this for everybody, but they gave me an insanely high credit limit. And I'm just I don't know if I would ever use it, but sure. Thank you.
Yeah, that's generous.
Yeah, it's just like Apple. They gave me oh my gosh, the Apple card. It's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, the most I've ever gotten is like 40 G's.
Yeah, that's about that's what it is. So I got 40 on here. Apple gave me 30, and all the other ones they give me, they give me some pretty decent ones too. Like the Bonvoy card that I got, they gave me 30. I was like, okay, sure.
Damn, add them all up.
Yeah. Well, I look at it. It's credit hacking for me, where I understand that your credit score is like there are all these factors, and one of the bigger factors is your credit utilization. Well,
yes,
if you can reduce your credit, you could reduce it two ways. You can have a lot of credit, or you can not use it.
Right.
So I kind of have a mix of both. So it's like if I have $500,000 of available credit and I'm only using 10K of it, my utilization is low as fuck. Whereas
doesn't a low utilization actually hurt your credit score? I heard like you have to use your credit. Like the fact that you're taking out credit but then repaying it back, that they like.
Well, some things so on my low balances, I pay it over time. So for instance, the Apple thing. When I bought the new iPhone, that's gonna be paid off over 24 months. Just the installment thing. So that'll do it. But you do have to use credit. So like I actually put a bill on each one of my cards.
Did you buy the iPhone 15? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I bought the iPhone Pro. Yeah, Pro Max,
okay.
whatever. It'll be here on Friday morning.
I wasn't too impressed by that, but I do like the USB-C.
You want to know
Very happy
something?
about it.
I was not in, like, I can show you where I was talking all kinds of shit in our Discord. I was like, man,
Yeah.
fuck this is. But then I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, you know what? There are a few things that like are game changers for me. I don't care about USB-C. Like, I'm gonna be real, I don't care. But I do care about USB 3.1. I do care about that. 10 gigabits per second transfer
That's
speed.
fast, yeah.
I
Yeah,
care
for
about that.
photos, yeah.
I also care about being able to write ProRes data onto an external hard drive directly. Just those two features alone, I'm like, okay, all right. But then it got even better. It's made out of titanium. I'm a materials person. I'll buy something just based off of the material. And like, you know, titanium, I like titanium, and it's lighter. So I'm like, okay, that's another point. And then after that, I
want to see it in person. Have you seen it in person yet?
No.
The material. Okay,
No.
I'm curious. I want to go to the store and check
I
it out.
assume it's just like my watch. I have the Watch Ultra, whatever it is.
Oh, there you go. That's titanium.
Yeah, it's titanium. But they said it's 10% lighter, which is I think I would
That's
notice
pretty
that.
Yeah, I've heard early reviews where they were saying it was very noticeable.
Yeah, and they changed the bevel on the back, so like apparently it holds better in the hand. I put a case on anyway, so I don't really care that much. But like, you know,
what are your thoughts on the action button? What are you gonna use it for?
I kind of wish that they wouldn't have taken away the switch and just gave us a button and then had a switch. And I also wish that the button was the same color as the watch, the Ultra Watch, orange. I wanted that. I would probably use it for the same, like just the mute. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I would love to say I would use it for the camera, but like, to be honest, most of the time when I want to use the camera, I pull out my phone, it's locked. And it's easier for me to just tap my thumb right on the camera and open it that way.
Right.
Because I got the Max, and I normally have I don't normally, but like I have the regular size one right now, and the Max is really big, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to I have to do that weird gesture where I have to like drop it down a little bit so I can tap that button. It's like that's too much effort. I'd rather just push the button. So it'll likely be that, or maybe voice memo if I want to keep talking to myself more. Maybe, probably not though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the fact that you can wire it to a shortcut, like, is just so powerful.
Let's actually go look at it and pull it up. Yeah, like I kind of wish that they would have did more than just one. I was fully expecting that you could do a double tap gesture. I would more than likely use it at that point if I can do more than one thing. But like
even hold, like they should allow hold to be. It's probably gonna be part of the next iPhone.
Yeah, it's like iPhone 16. Oh, you can now do this. It's like, do we have to wait a year for that?
I know, because here's this thing. I'm convinced that they were gonna release USB-C last year, but they needed to save something for this release. There's no other reason why they didn't release it last year with the 14. But they were like, we got the dynamic island, we got all this other stuff going on. Let's just push it off a year so we have something.
I don't understand why some people were really upset about, or I don't understand why there's a big deal about USB-C. Just the connector, just the type. Because maybe some people, I'm not saying you, but like maybe some folks don't realize that the connector and the standard are two different things. USB-C often gets conflated with faster speed, but that's USB 3.2 Gen 2.
Yeah, it's interesting. In the keynote, they didn't say USB-C. They only said USB 3, I think.
No, they said USB-C. That's all they said. But for the Pro, they said that it has a USB 3 control or USB controller for the speed. And some people were upset. They're like, "Oh, it's slow." I'm like, "Yeah, you wanted a connector. You got your connector. It's just a connector. Yeah. Like it has nothing to do with the actual serialization of the bus, right? Like that's a completely separate thing." I was disappointed that they didn't do Thunderbolt. I wanted Thunderbolt 4, like 40 gigabits per second. The flash is fast enough. Like I wanted that. Fast.
Yeah, I think that's just such a pro use case. I guess the Pro Max.
Well, I mean, for a pro phone, give me pro workflows. Like like this is expensive. I don't know how much I paid for this, but like it was a lot, I'm sure. And I mean, I want pro shit. Like to me, playing games is like, do professionals play games? I don't know. Most of the professionals I know don't. But I know a different type of person than I guess your average person.
Maybe it's a professional game developer. It's
doubtful. Like I mean, like doubtful. Yeah, and then they have their marketing where they have like 7 lenses. I'm like, no, this isn't 7 lenses. You're cropping. Lenses are different from cropping. I can crop in all of my photos. That doesn't
Yeah,
change.
see, that's where I need you, because I feel like a lot of their photography stuff is just marketing bullshit.
It is
and
just
I can't-
marketing bullshit. They only have 3 lenses. Don't let that 7. That 7, they did that because Samsung has 4, so they needed to beat Samsung.
Oh,
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's only
So-
3 lenses.
so the others are software.
Yes, the other ones are crops. They're cropping
Crops?
into
Oh,
the
that's
image.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And I mean, they're doing some special, some slightly special thing, because they're using pixel binning. They're able to. It's effectively like a super zoom or super resolution zoom, where it's like you're cropping, but you're not necessarily losing detail in the final image, because final images are only 24 megapixels. But it's coming from a 48 megapixel sensor. So like, even if you can crop as much I think you can crop like up to 20 higher. I can't do math right now, but you could crop a lot of megapixels and still end up with a 28 megapixel file. So that's effectively what they're doing.
Okay.
And then the macro, like honestly, they didn't even change the lenses. The only lens that's new is on the Max Pro.
The telephoto one's new, right?
Only on the Max Pro.
Only on the Max.
Yeah.
Pro. Okay.
The 5X. That's the only thing that's new. And this is where their marketing is also bullshit. They're giving you the equivalent. It's 120 millimeter equivalent, but they're like, the thing about focal lengths is that it's the ratio between the actual distance from the sensor and the opening. So they're telling you that it's a f2.8 aperture, but that's an equivalent aperture. Right? It's not the real aperture. If you do the real aperture, it's closer to like f11 or f16 or something ridiculous. Which is why when you look at this photo right here, if this is 120 millimeters, that mountain would not be that clear. The foreground would not be that clear. It would be a lot of bokeh. A lot. If this were 2.8. I wish I had,
okay.
man, like, you know what? I don't know if I have any photos that I can. We'll just look for a Sony 70 to 200 G 2.8 or GM 2. And let's
Zoom
see if we can
lens.
find some images.
That thing's heavy. You could work out with that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that heavy. It's light for this kind of, for the quality that you're getting. So I had one for a little bit, and I was gonna take it to somewhere, but I was like, it was too big, like to fit in my backpack, because I only like to travel with a carry-on in a backpack. But you see here, you see how like it's blurred, like you see the background separation.
Yeah.
You're not getting that from their 100, and you're not getting that. So
Because they're cropping it. That's why.
nah, because it's not it's not really 2.8.
So then what is it?
It's f11 or f16 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can actually do the math, but I mean, you have to look at the sensor size, you have to look at the actual diameter of the aperture, and then you can actually figure out what it actually is. But a lot of
Yeah.
camera manufacturers, they do this. Even even Sony, when they, like, for their APS-C cameras, instead of giving you the actual aperture or f number, they give you the equivalent f number. Or like, but they're disingenuous about it, because they are not also accounting for the size of the sensor. You have to account for the size of the sensor, and they don't do that.
Okay.
Let's see if ChatGPT knows how can you. I want to know if like ChatGPT is falling prey to this marketing BS. All right, so let's see. I didn't even read this, but I'm gonna assume that it's right or wrong, maybe. So we'll say, wait, what was I asking? I forgot. Oh yeah. How can camera manufacturers deceive customers with equivalent, or by quoting equivalent focal lengths and f numbers? Let's see if it can give me some math. Show math. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it does know that you need to take the crop factor into account. It's not really showing me the math. I guess, I get arithmetic, sure. So here, this is what they're failing to do right here. taking the aperture and then dividing by the crop factor. Right. So like, let's say for instance, they're giving you full frame equivalent numbers. Well, if they give you the F number of f2.8, they also need to divide by whatever their crop factor is, how they got from that full frame to their sensor size. And if they don't do that, they're lying to you. I mean, they're not lying to you, but they're taking advantage of the fact that most people don't really understand how this stuff works.
Yeah.
And you can make a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
let's see. They have an example, 75 millimeter. Let's zoom in. F187 equivalent, which makes customers think they're getting a fast lens with a long focal length. However, the actual lens is still a 50 millimeter f2.8. They're using the equivalent values to market the lens more attractively. Right, and that happens a lot, right? Because like generally, the smaller that F number, the more money people are willing to spend.
Because it's faster?
Yes.
It's a faster lens?
Yes. And typically, it's not like faster lenses also give you shallower depth of field. Right. So let's look at like a lens that like I've considered a few times, but I've decided not to buy it.
The nifty 50.
Well, this one is a little more nifty than average. Oh, no, it's not the 1.4. It's the 1.2.
Wait a second. Do I have that one?
If you do, I can tell that you're not at f1.2 right now. And I'll ask, why did you spend all that money to shoot? Are you at like f4 right now or f5?
Oh, never mind. I don't have that. I have a 24 millimeter f1.4.
Okay. Where are you at right now?
I have no idea. Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. But I think I'm not all the way. I think I'm all the way open.
Okay. You have the GM then, right? I think I had that. Yeah, I had that lens. It's actually an excellent lens. It's good for low light. But here's some that like, all right, so your lens is faster than mine. However, you may notice that, let me come to here. You may notice that my background, like it seems like I have more separation from my background. The reason is
you're also
that
further from your background. I'm like right up against it.
I'm also closer to my camera.
Also close. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Like here's my.
It might be the same distance.
My camera is 18 inches away from me.
Are you an arm's length away?
I'm less than an arm's length away.
Oh yeah. Okay, then.
I can literally adjust settings on the back of my camera from where I am.
What the heck?
Yeah, I have. So
Dude,
I'm on a 20 mil. So like I'm really close to the camera. So there's a lot of things that goes into that, like. The background blur and the separation is how near like how close to the camera are you? How far away from the background are you? What's your focal length, right? Like the larger your focal length, the more blur you're gonna get, which is why I say if you're shooting at 120 millimeters, like that's gonna be insanely blurred out because it's 120 millimeters. You could shoot at f4 and still get more blur than what you're shooting at right now. You could probably shoot at like f8 and get the same equivalent blur that you have right now on a 120 millimeter lens, because right. it is also that, right? So yeah, if you had this lens, I would question. I'm like, well, I know that your background would just be blurred the fuck out. Like it would be blurred out. Even it doesn't matter how close to your background you are. Like it'll be more blurred than it is now.
Let me look up FE 50 millimeter 1.2 lens sample photos. I want to see what this produces. Oh shoot, this is a nice one.
This is the wedding photographer lens.
Yeah. Damn, no wonder it's $2,000. Dude, I rented a lens once. My girlfriend rented it for me on our trip, and I freaking dropped it. It didn't break. It didn't break. It didn't break, but
How
I got
did you
like.
drop it? What were you doing?
I didn't. No, you know what happened? I put a strap on the camera on the DSLR, and it wasn't like on completely all the way, right? So the whole camera fell, and the lens, it wasn't as bad because I was sitting down on a bench, so it was like a very short fall. But the outside rim of the lens just got like a little bit of a scratch. The lens itself was fine, just the rim. Mm-hmm. But they charged $400. It was a nice lens. It was a nice lens.
So here's a pro tip: put a filter on your lens.
Like the ND filter?
If you want, like, I mean, if you're doing video, if you're trying to do like slow shutter speed, then yes, you will need an ND. But you could get a circular polarizer, or you could get a UV filter. The UV filters, like, people, there's a lot of debate on it. I look at it as like, all right, you can spend $50 to protect your $2,000 lens. Like, even if the UV filter does jack shit, if you were to drop your lens, that breaks. To me, that's worth it. That's a screen protector. It's a lens protector. I keep an ND filter. Like, I have an ND filter on this, and I actually dropped no, it was this camera, the A7S III. I dropped it in Korea on the ground, like on concrete from like 5 feet off the ground. The camera is fine, like no scratches, no nothing. The only thing that got messed up is the filter. The filter broke. But I was like, sure. I mean, I have an expensive filter.
The lens glass was fine.
Everything else is fine. You can't even tell. You can't even tell. Like,
you dodged the bullet.
Well, I mean, I'm like, all right. I'm glad I have these filters because I keep them on. And
what do you call those filters?
Which ones? Like
the ones that the one that you had on that took the hit.
Oh, I have I have a what do you call it? I had to just look at. I don't remember. It's an ND filter, but I'm sorry, I don't remember words sometimes.
No worries. I'm just curious. Like anything that kind of screws onto the lens, I can just kind of hope that protects it.
Well, yeah, I mean, anything on the front will protect it. Wait. I mean, you know what? I hate this trend. This trend of like, I hate this trend of like really large websites. Like, everything is just big. Like, it's hard for me to get information. It's too much.
Dude, I freaking just miss Craigslist sometimes. The information density of a Craigslist is so much better than these annoying websites. By the way, you see this new app that came out? The company Halide made it. They make some camera apps for the iPhone.
I know which one. I used to use it.
Okay, but they made one called basically turns your iPad into a HDMI monitor.
Oh, I have one of those too. I have the Meet, whatever it is. But you know that the new version of iOS 17, you don't need that anymore. You could just plug in an encoder. Yeah. So like your camera, how you connect your camera to your computer now? Yeah. If you upgrade to iOS 17, you can plug it into your iPad.
Directly?
Yeah.
So then why would they release this app like today?
Because I think the API allows it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you want to be able to control things, like you still want to do that. But I have this filter right here, the McKinnon series, whatever the fuck. Yeah. So I have the Mist version, and I have the 2:5 and the 6:9. The 2:5 is what I have on right now.
Is that just for protection?
Oh no. This is you would do a UV filter just for protection, but like I like NDs because I do a lot of video. Plus these types of NDs, a VND. Okay, that's what it is. Variable ND. Okay, yeah. So these types of NDs, the way they work is they put two circular polarizers together, or two polarizing filters together, and as you turn, you're reducing the light. So because it has the polarization, I can reduce reflections. So I can do all of that without having to get a circular polarizer and stack that on top of a ND. And because
that's cool that it's magnetic too.
Well, this new one is magnetic. Mine isn't. These are the new ones.
Okay. Yeah. So it'll just like snap on. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Although, like, I mean, it's thicker, which,
right.
You know, I don't like that it's thicker, especially because if you're shooting with an ultra wide angle lens, you'll see it.
Oh, yeah. You'll get like a vignette kind of thing.
Well, more than a vignette, you'll actually see it. You can actually see it in the frame. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
It happens on my GoPro. Back when I used to, But the way I've gotten around it is I do step-up filters or step-up rings. So I buy the biggest filter that I can because they're all the same price. So it looks like, what, 77 or 82? I don't remember which one. So I just buy the biggest one, and then I just get step-up rings. So the bigger the filter, like even if, it'll be farther out to the side, so it's less likely to vignette or to be in my frame.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. And Yeah, like right now I'm at 2 stops because that's the smallest I can do, and this is a mist filter as well. They used to
Mist
have,
filter.
yeah.
What is that?
So it has it does something called halation. So
Okay.
it has like these little bits of things in there in the glass, which softens the image.
Softens image.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here, let me try to. We're gonna do some experiments. Oh wait, my monitor is really bright. It's overexposing me. Okay. So you see here, if I do that, it gets really really dark, right?
Yeah.
And if I do this,
So what did you just do right there?
I just
You
turned it.
polarize it?
No, I just well, the reason why this is cool is that it has stops. So like it's not just a variable, it has stops. So it's like I know when it's half as bright each stop.
Okay.
So here's 3 stops of brightness reduction. This is 4, and I can feel it. So like that's cool. And this is 5. And this
Do you know
is
why
the
it's
most-
called stops, by the way?
I don't know why they call it stops, but I do know what it means.
Oh, it means something. Like, yeah, but like, why would they call it stops?
Probably
It's such a
because it literally stops at the. It's a detent maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Let's ask ChatGPT. Why are stops called stops?
I'm curious if, based on the context, they'll know what you're talking about. Wow, photography. Good for you, ChatGPT.
Oh fuck. I didn't mean. I wish up would work. That would be so dope if I could just press up.
Oh yeah. It still mentioned mining. That's interesting. From Stopes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Stop resume.
What just happened? Something just happened.
The term stop likely originated from the idea of stopping or controlling the amount of light. That's exactly what you said.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I guess so.
By adjusting aperture or shutter speed and setting in stops, photographers could precisely control exposure without having to perform complex calculations. Interesting.
Yeah. So a stop is a half or a double. So like.
A half or a double?
Yeah.
Half stop, double. Okay.
Something just happened.
I see you.
Yeah. You're frozen on my end.
Oh, I'm frozen.
Yeah, on Zoom, and so I think it's literally your camera.
Let me check on stream real quick. What's going on?
Yeah, while you do that, I'm gonna pull off my filter.
Okay.
And we're probably gonna see how much brighter it is. Yeah, so it's really bright.
Oh my. That is bright.
Well, that's because I'm shooting wide open. So this is how I'm able to shoot wide open in the middle of the day. I have my lights down as low as they'll go. Okay.
Hey,
all right.
If I hang up and come back on Ecamm Live, will that mess up anything?
No, it won't mess up anything. But you may need to do it in Zoom too.
But you're getting my audio, right?
Yeah, I get your
but
audio.
I'm frozen in Zoom too.
Yeah, you're frozen there
I see
too.
what you're saying. Give me 1 second.
All right. Oh man, my bad, casual economist. You're probably not even here, but if you're watching the VOD, apologies, my bad. I didn't see this. Yes, we're streaming again. There is no agenda tonight. It's just hanging out. And if you're ever interested in just hanging out one of these days, let me know. We can get you in. I don't really like agendas. There's too much effort. Let me close all this shit. It's confusing me. Self view. Man, it's still too bright. So I would have to actually turn down my ISO to get this to work. Let's go to my screen right quick. I love how they're always talking about low light on the iPhone, but in my experience, there's never been a photo I've taken on my iPhone in low light where it looked good. Oh, the tethered shooting could be interesting. I haven't actually looked at the market, and I kind of just bought it, right after it was made available. Oh, look at this. All right, I think you're in here, Pratik. You're muted though. Just FYI, maybe you're still dealing with stuff. Why is my computer so slow? I'm gonna need to do a restart soon. I think that's what's going on.
Hey, yeah, I think my video's still out and my computer's also like being very slow, just like yours.
All right, well that's
Maybe even
fine.
slower.
Maybe it's just a signal. We can resume this. Wait, when are you leaving? You said you're going out of town. When?
This is in November. I got some time.
Oh, okay. All right then. Yeah. I'll be streaming
In
more
November.
this week, so we can probably link up again, maybe Friday or Saturday. I don't do Sundays anymore. I'm officially off on Sunday.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, like we can do any time between now and Saturday, or even next week. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do much next weekend. So like we'll have to be very, very what's the word, picky about what we do, because there's not that much time.
Yeah, it's gonna fly by. I know it.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans, like, or ideas at least? Not like plans, but
Well, I mean, it's very limiting. We only have one day, like realistically.
realistically, yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
like,
there's travel time. and
yeah, there's the travel day, and I don't count like Saturday and Monday. To me, those are like travel days. So there's really just Sunday. Initially I wanted to go out and eat and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do.
maybe Saturday
that
night we
often.
could do that. Something.
Yeah. I mean that one time. Wait, what's going on? Why am I? Oh, I turned down my brightness. All right. Anyway. Yeah. We can go somewhere. Like initially I wanted to take you all to a few places, like get some barbecue. We can't get barbecue at night. That's not how that works.
No.
No. It sells out. So like you go, they close when they sell out, and they typically sell out around 2 p.m.
Okay.
So
that'll definitely be Sunday.
it may not even be Sunday, because like we might have things that we're trying to do.
Right.
Yeah. So
Maybe Monday then.
aren't y'all leaving
Depending-
Monday? You're leaving Monday.
I'm leaving I think my flight's at 4 p.m. So I could definitely do something like a lunch or something.
Okay. Well, if your
But I
flight's
know
at
someone
4,
else. Eddie's leaving early.
yeah, I think he's leaving on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was only coming for a day. So if your flight is at 4, you're going to need to leave at latest, and you're pushing it. Do you have TSA pre?
I do.
Okay. Even if you do, like, you'll see. Our airport
Houston's
isn't.
that bad?
Well, it may be similar to New York. It's not that much. I mean,
Yeah, actually I came in for a wedding last year to Houston. I don't think it was too bad. Monday should be
IH or
fine. It's
hobby?
like I'm flying midday Monday.
okay.
I feel like it should be fine.
Well, you'll probably want to leave from where you're at least at latest at 2 to get there, because it's going to be a 30 to 40 minute drive to get to the airport, and you'll need to get through security, and I don't know where your gate is probably going to be far. The airport's relatively large. So like you'll need to be done and heading to somewhere by 2. So yeah, we could probably do like an early lunch. I took that day off. In fact, I took off the whole week.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll figure.
Yeah, like
something out.
11:30 lunch or something could work for sure.
Yeah, so long as we're done by like 1:30.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll figure some things out. Initially, I wanted to cook, but I don't know if that's going to be able to happen any longer. Yeah. Anyway,
Should we extend? Like, is that? Do you think we're? I mean, I don't know if.
well, I thought y'all were coming Friday. I thought everybody was coming Friday. The only reason why Kyle is coming on Saturday is because he is work. and the only reason he's leaving on Monday is because he has to be at a meeting on Monday morning.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only reason why Kyle and Yanni are leaving, because Yanni's going with Kyle. Like they live in the same area.
I see.
So like that's literally they're the only two that had that. Eddie, he decided to come last minute, and
Okay.
he's like, I'm gonna just see, like he's like, I want to come, and like the most I can get away is this. He has a family, just FYI. Like he's
Okay.
like, yeah, he's got a family of 3.
Understandable.
Yeah. Plus he has work Monday, so like there's that, so he has to get back. Initially Chris was staying until Tuesday, which is why I was saying, no, we'll just do stuff on Monday, like go to NASA or whatever. But I think he changed it. So I think if everybody's coming Saturday and they're leaving Monday, then that's fine. It just limits what we could do. Which for me, like, it's not that big of a deal. I live here, so it's all right.
Yeah.
But for y'all,
For me, I've been to Houston, so I've done like I've been there like 2 or 3 times already. So I kind of know. I don't know too much about it, to be honest, but I've done like a bit of it. I've done NASA. But yeah, I mean, I'm just down to hang out with y'all.
You want to go to?
What's up?
Because what restaurants have you been to?
Oh, that I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? How you come to Houston and don't remember the food that you've had?
Well, once I came for a wedding and it was like catered and everything, so I don't know. And then the other time was I was probably like, I went to like a Mexican restaurant. That doesn't really help, but somewhere by Rice University, there was like some Mexican restaurant. I don't know.
Well, I live next to Rice.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Okay. Most of our Mexican is technically Tex-Mex. We don't really do Mexican that much here.
Gotcha.
In fact, most of the things that people think are a Mexican food in America is actually Tex-Mex, not actually Mexican.
Dude, New York City has the worst Tex-Mex.
I think most places have the worst Tex-Mex. I don't even like Tex-Mex, to be honest. So like, no, don't take my word for it. I like actual Mexican food though. We do have some places that are that, but they're kind of higher end, and I don't like it that much to go pay for it and have to. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
We'll figure things out. I know that Kyle was talking about and Joe. They were talking about like doing a hackathon. I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to fucking code or anything, but they want to build something, like not necessarily code, but like a business, or basically like Kyle's like we need to leave here with a few ideas that we can start executing on, because some of us are in positions to where it's like we can do stuff, we can do more. So Kyle is also coming to like help build some shit too, right?
That sounds cool too. Yeah.
So you'll meet some of the folks. Like I think
we should do like some fun like icebreaker kind of thing, just so everyone can like get to know each other somehow. I don't know.
I mean, I thought y'all were staying together in the house.
We are, but I'm trying to figure out like what we can do there to be that would be fun for everyone.
Well, I think the ice will be broken on the ride there. So Kyle said that he already like scheduled an Uber or something, and y'all are all arriving around the same time.
So
likely you all will take the Uber. I mean, if Kyle got it, it's probably going to his hotel because he's staying at a hotel. But the hotel is like, well, with no traffic, it's only 3-5 minutes away from where y'all are staying. So a Uber from there would be cheaper, and like I think there are only 3 of you staying or is it 4 of you?
2.5. So Eddie's only there for 1 day.
No, I mean like, cause like I have to, if I'm like, I can pick y'all up from his hotel and take you if there are like 3 of you. I can't fit 4 people and luggage in my.
There's 3. If Eddie's flying in Saturday, there'll be 3 people in that place on Saturday.
Well, Yanni, I think is staying at the house, right? So there's Yanni.
I think so. He hasn't messaged back. I asked, like, I think he wasn't on Slack, but
okay.
We can fit up to 5 people. 6 is the absolute max that the Airbnb restricts.
I'm not talking about the Airbnb. I'm talking about my car. Like, I'm thinking about if I can get y'all from the hotel to the place, I can take you. But if it's 4 of you, I can't, because I can only fit 3 with luggage. I don't have a large car. I don't have a large vehicle anymore. I only have my little Tesla.
So I was debating renting a car.
For a day?
I mean, it's even better. Well, it'll be 2 days. But it would be.
Well, yeah. I mean, sure. That would work too, I suppose. How much is that to rent a car?
I'll get something cheap, probably like $60 or something for a day. So it's $120 total.
Okay.
It's not, I mean, yeah, it's not the best, but it's like
I mean,
And
to
the
be
fact that we're
honest, that could
splitting
be
Ubers,
cheaper. That could be cheaper than the Uber. Like real talk. I know you looked up the Uber price. They don't cost that. Every time I've taken an Uber from the airport to where I live, it's $60-$70.
yeah. If
And
I was going solo, I'd definitely get the rental car. It's just because if there's a group of us and we're splitting the Uber, then obviously that's more reasonable.
yeah,
And then I guess we don't need to be that mobile once we're at the hotel, right? Well, I assume we'll probably just be staying there.
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll go grab food. There's Liberty Taco. We'll do breakfast there. I had planned to bring y'all some like some pastries or whatever from the bakery.
Okay.
But yeah, like
But
if
like
we
if
do
we go to
anywhere,
get food, how would we ride with you? Because you wouldn't have enough space.
I
Right?
have enough space. I can't fit 4 people in luggage.
Oh, and luggage.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like somebody can sit in the middle, like I can, and then Joe, like he has a giant Raptor R, like that, and
Which car are you driving, by the way?
I'll be in my Tesla Model Y. That's what I have these days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know if
Makes
I don't know
sense.
if I've ever told you. I used to have a lot of vehicles, and
You
uh,
have.
and,
Did you
uh,
downsize?
Yeah, I'm still in the well, I don't know. Like I've acquired more shit. Like every time I'm like I need to get rid of shit, I get rid of shit, but then I also acquire more shit. So like I'm still in the same position almost, except I only have 2 vehicles now. So I am doing better in that regard.
Okay.
Just slightly. But yeah, I have more stuff than I should have. Yeah, I look around. Like I just bought this new Booz Allen block cutting like island board thingamajig.
Oh, the magnetic thing?
No.
Oh, that's a knife
That's the
thing.
knife block. This other thing is like, I don't know. It's like a commercial looking table, but it has a Booz block cutting board on top. It's fairly large, and yeah.
Booz block cutting board.
Yeah.
Let me look this
I'll
up.
show it to you. Are you? Can you see my screen, right?
I can see yeah.
Okay. Let me pull it up.
Sorry for being like the voice of God and not having a body, but
No, you're good.
I don't know what's going on with my camera. I hate when like stuff goes wrong because if say if I'm like doing a webinar. or
Wait.
something,
You
like-
hate when stuff goes wrong? You know me. You don't like it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like I don't even know where to begin debugging what just happened right now. But I'm sure if I plug things out and put them back in, it'll work. But yeah.
Do orders. Will that? Yeah. So this thing right here.
Oh, so you put this in your kitchen?
Yeah.
Nice. Goes in.
Now the problem is that like technically it's a little too big. So I mean I've kind of put it, but like I'm like, man, now I need a bigger place. I need a bigger kitchen.
You say a bigger place?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I've been wanting to get the 2-bedroom here. So the 2-bedroom is like 1,850 square feet.
Bro, you
And,
just finished setting up your whole computer desk.
I mean, I would just move it. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So this building is relatively small. There are, let me do some math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there are 8 units per floor here. And the unit that I want is literally on the other side of the hall.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even have to really do much. I would just walk the desk over there. I could probably keep the shit on the desk if I really wanted to, which I don't. I would disassemble it. It's fine.
And it'd be going from a 1 to a 2-bedroom?
Yeah, from a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this was a compromise. I don't think I told you this, but I came back to America. I was living somewhere else. I came back to America for vacation. And the country that I was in, they closed their border again. So I was stuck in a hotel. So I was like, after a week of paying hotel, I'm like, I can't keep doing this. So I came back to here. So I used to live here in the past before I moved. So I moved back, and I just got like the unit that was available, as well as on the floor that on a higher floor that I wanted. And this was the unit that they had. I wanted a 2-bedroom, but I mean the 2-bedroom would have been like a 2-month wait. I wasn't gonna do that. So this was a compromise for me, and as a result,
Where are you right now? Like, are you? It almost feels like you're in a hallway.
I am in technically this is the dining area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you turn the dining area into like a work studio.
Yeah. I don't.
So it's like
I
an
mean,
alcove.
Not even that. Like I fucking hate it, to be honest. I hate it because it's so far removed from what I've always had my own office, and like all of my I've had an office or a second bedroom. So for me to be able to see my kitchen from my desk. It's, oh my gosh, you have no idea how much I hate it. I've tolerated it. I keep telling myself it's like, it's okay, William, it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't like it. I like to have my work area closed off away from everything because I don't like looking at it.
Right. I can sympathize with that. But I do gotta say, this looks really cool. Like you have like wall space behind you that you've, you know, put a nice picture up there. The fact that I can see out your window and see like the night lights and stuff like that, that's really cool. Your TV it's a good angle.
Well, you're not supposed to be able to see all of that. That's the thing. It's that like
but it works in your favor.
Yeah, it does, I guess.
Yeah.
But one day I will, I don't know, who knows? I don't know if I want to keep living here. That's the thing. Like when I say here, I mean in America. Where
Okay.
I go back and forth where I'm like, man, like why am I even here when I don't have to be here? And I actually can live in other places, and not just live, I can actually work in other, like there are 2 other countries that I can live and work in. It's Oman and Singapore. So it's just like, it's always in the back of my mind, like, why am I here?
Is Oman that nice? Like I've never been.
I like Oman. Like, I mean, I don't know, like everywhere I've gone is nice in my opinion.
Is it kind of Dubai vibes there a little bit, or?
Who? Nah. If you want like the real like what the Middle East was, or what like
Yeah, Dubai's all fake. It was all made in like the last 20 years.
Yeah, Oman, like if you want like just like the what you think of, like, you know, when you think of going to the Middle East, Oman is it. In fact, here, let me bring up some photos. I think I have.
Dude, I'm looking at it. It looks so legit. It looks very quaint and like cool.
I think I had an iPhone when I was there.
Oh, you've been there before. Okay.
Yeah, I lived there.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Gotcha.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I did have my iPhone. Perfect. Okay. Because normally when I'm in places like and I'm there, I bring my camera around. So I'm like, I don't know if I have my iPhone, but looks like I did. Oh, now we have to deal with this shit. I fucking hate this about the eye. Yeah. So it's like it almost is like if you want to see what it likely looked like during the biblical days, go to Oman. It's so undisturbed. I love it. This probably isn't a great photo. Let me see. Oh, here. Well, you can see where I lived, I guess.
That looks like the Palm Islands or something.
All right, you're gonna have to help me out with this. How do I just show all of the photos in this area? Like, sometimes I hate Apple, bro. Like, seriously, this is not a good experience.
Yeah, it's weird they don't let you do that.
Yeah, I just want to like look at the photos in this area, but it's forcing me to do this zoom in shit.
Yeah, you should be able to like shift drag or something, or like drag a box around it.
Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Well, anyway, so like here's
Nice.
like basically the backyard area.
Oh, nice. Oh, you stayed like on the beach?
I stayed here at Almos, so this is where I stayed here. You can actually.
My parents went to Bahrain recently. You know about Bahrain?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there for like a month.
Yeah, Bahrain is kind of cool. Like all of that area is, I think it's beautiful. Like, okay,
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't want me.
Now
to
you
click.
can't even click into
Yeah,
it.
like, it's fucking pissing me off now. Like every time I click it, just okay. All right, fuck it. Never mind. So we're not gonna look at that, but it is beautiful. Let's see if we can at least look at this.
Wow, it just broke now, like everything.
It's fine. Fuck it. That's because they're on the cloud. This is the bullshit that we were sold. It's like, oh yeah, let's dump it in the cloud, and it's like when you want to look at it, you can't. Which
Yeah, at
is
least
kind of
pull up like a
trash.
low res version and then enhance it.
Yeah, that would be make too much
It's a
sense.
smart thing to do.
But yeah, I've been all over here, and
Nice.
One
Oh
of the
man,
cooler
you hit
things.
that coast up.
well, this is where most of the population is. So like this is all like basically Muscat area.
Yeah.
All of this is Muscat area. I've also been out into the Jebels.
Sore.
Yeah, I've been all over, bro. The desert.
So it looks like it's in a different country. It's like past the border.
No. This is still Oman.
Oh, it's still Oman.
All right. No, it's just not gonna work. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh, okay, sure, that worked. Sure, fine. Okay, one thing worked out of everything I've clicked on.
That's hilarious.
So, well, how
Oh, that
long?
looks sick, dude.
Yeah. So I camped out. I camped out on this mountain.
That's really cool. They got goats?
Yeah, yeah, and they eat everything, bro. Like they came. That's actually how I got woken up. A fucking goat was bumping into the tent. And I was like, "What the hell?" And there was a flock of them. So we just like they eat everything. So yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, all these.
How's
are my
the cost of
buddies.
living there?
Well, it's expensive, but certain things are cheap.
Okay.
So it's like Dubai in the sense that like the nationals, the Omanis, there are not many of them.
Oh,
So and the government really takes care of them. So like things are kind of subsidized. So it can be cheap, but it can also be very expensive. Well, I don't know if this is fortunately like the folks who I know are doing okay. I will just say that. So yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they look at cost in the same way that a normal person will look at cost.
I see.
Yeah, like this dude, like he's a cinematographer. He's I think he's going to be releasing his feature film soon. He has like all these reds, like Komodos and shit, like just and these are like $40,000-$50,000 cameras. Right?
Wow.
And it's
Oh,
like, and what they'll do is they'll fly to America, like to come to LA or something, just to pick up cameras or gear or whatever and then go back.
What?
Yeah. I mean, like one does like, so, wait, can I show that maybe? There was somewhere where we went. I think it was off the coast of somewhere. Let's see. Okay, no, it's not going to do it. Fuck it. We went somewhere and I think maybe it's here. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah. So these are my friends' cars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now it's looking like Dubai.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as built, like, I don't know. It's beautiful out here though. Like, it's just.
Yeah, and I just meant the cars. It was a joke.
Oh,
'cause Dubai,
the
like,
cars.
everyone's in
Oh,
this car. Yeah.
okay.
But oh my god, this like the mountains look so sick.
Yeah, like I love it. So I haven't been back in like basically since I came back home, and I was meant to go during the World Cup because one of my friends invited me to the World Cup. He had tickets front row. He's like, "Oh, you should come out." So I actually booked a flight and got to the airport. They wouldn't let me board without checking in either my backpack or my carry-on, and I'm like, I can't check in either of these. They were like, it's too heavy. And it's because I booked Qatar Airlines, and like I just got like the only flight was available, which was economy, and I didn't know that economy on those types of airlines meant that you can't bring anything on. So they're like, oh, you need to check this in. I'm like, I can't check this in. Like at that time I had $20,000 worth of gear in my backpack. I'm like, I'm not checking that shit in.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a backpack. It's not like, and then I also had a lens, specifically that GM lens, the 200.
Hey.
Yeah, I had that lens in my carry-on, and they're like, I'm sorry, yeah, my carry-on luggage. And I was like, okay, well, I'm like, sure, I can take these things out, but I'm like, the weight's gonna be the weight. And they're like, well, your backpack can't weigh over 7.5 kilograms. So I'm like, I have a carry-on luggage, which is full. I can't do anything about that. I was willing to check that in, but I'm like, I'm not checking in my backpack with my laptop, my passport, my iPad, my cameras. Because I normally take 2 bodies with me, lenses and batteries. I'm like, I don't even know if you can check that in because it has batteries.
Yeah.
So I ended up just saying fuck it, and I didn't go. So
Damn.
I lost out on that. Like, I mean, the flight wasn't cheap, even though it was regular economy. It was expensive because it was for the World Cup. And
You
I
couldn't have
didn't get to
paid
go.
extra to like take the bag on or something.
No, like because I had economy, there was nothing. They wouldn't let me do anything. And this is when I learned that, like, cause I don't fly economy, so like I don't know, like, like there are rules to economy that you can't even do shit with economy most times. Like you can't change your flight. Typically you can't. Wait, what else can you not do? You can't take on more than one bag, and the bag has a weight limit. But
man.
this doesn't exist on American Airlines. This is like on the other ones, like the international
Yeah,
ones.
I've also noticed they're like at the airport in Middle Eastern countries, they're a little bit stricter.
Bro, they take it serious as fuck.
They take it very seriously. I saw a
Yes.
guy in customs literally screaming at a person. Like we were waiting an hour in line to go through customs, and this guy like was standing in front of the white line, and the guy at customs in Dubai yelled at him and made him go to the back of the line like a little kid. He's like, "You cross the line, go to the back." And the guy's like, "Sir, I've been waiting for an hour."
Yeah, they
And
don't
he's
give a
like,
fuck.
"Go to the back of the line." And it was, oh my God, it was crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, like they treated me well everywhere I went, but I
Yeah.
wonder if that has to do with like, oh man, it feels messed up to say, but maybe it could be like a class thing, where it's like, no, I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. I'll say that. So like it could
Yeah.
be that. 'Cause I do notice that like even in America, you get treated different if you are, better off.
Yeah,
I noticed
it's
it.
definitely a thing.
Yeah, I noticed it. Like people want, like all of a sudden, people give a shit about me and want to do stuff or want to give me stuff when I have money. I'm like, I don't need it. But when I did need
Yeah.
it, nobody wanted anything to do with me. Nobody wanted to help me. Nobody gave me the time of day. And
Yeah.
so yeah, like I think it's very very strong and apparent there. That is that way. But it's also that way here in America. So I don't want to be unfair and say
It's
that
nice when
just
you're
there.
traveling to be able to dress it up in either direction. Like say at times you want to look a little high key because then maybe like at the airport you'll get better service. But then if you're traveling through like the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul or something like you want to look low key so you're not getting robbed.
I'll do it. I go
So,
low
like-
key everywhere. I actually have a travel outfit. It's the same thing. Like I have an actual their clothes.
The same thing.
Yeah, it's what I wear when I travel. In fact, you may like if we end up going to like Southeast Asia or anywhere, like you'll see the fit. It's these Nike pants. They're like I don't know how to explain it, but they're like purple looking.
You have a uniform. That's great.
Yeah, I have a whole uniform. Like I have like certain things that I'll wear for travel because planes disgust me. So like I only want to wear plain clothes on the plane. Right, like because you're sitting in and it's just like, man, people are disgusting and
Yeah, so many people have been in that seat before.
yeah, and I know they're not cleaning that. So like a lot of the stuff that I wear is like it's almost like waterproof type stuff. Whereas and I always wear a jacket, like a hoodie. So I
Yeah,
can
it gets
like,
cold in those planes, man.
well, I don't even want to touch my head on the headrest. Like,
Wow.
I'm serious, bro. Like planes disgust me. Like most public transportation disgusts me, but that's probably why I live here in Houston.
Take
I
a
don't-
car everywhere.
Yeah,
You would hate New York City. The subway.
I do,
would
dude.
disgust you.
I do hate New York. I don't know if that was. I don't go around.
Oh, we
shouting
never
it
made
out.
that apparent. We never made that
but
clear.
no, I don't
Okay.
like New York at all. There's nothing about it that I like. And
There's
I've been.
piss in the subway trains, but then you would hate SF too. SF 's so
I
dirty.
do hate SF. It's,
Okay.
like I hate and dislike most of California.
Okay.
Any place that's not Texas. I'm just being real. Like I'm like, why do I need to leave Texas? In my opinion, I know other people disagree. That's fine. It's the best state
Yeah.
for me, right? I'm born and raised here, so that has a lot to do with it. But like, yeah, I would say San Francisco is worse than New York, though. Like real talk.
Yeah,
It's like
real
I don't
talk,
see
yeah.
shit on the streets in New York. Like,
Yeah.
sure there are rats, but there are rats in San Francisco too.
Dude, SF looked like a third world country to me last time I went. I was shocked.
What part of that stuff did you go to though?
I don't know, somewhere downtown, and I saw like, yeah, literally shit on the streets. And then my girlfriend went recently, and someone pulled out a gun and they shot it, and then everyone went running. She went running into the Apple store, and like all this crazy shit I hear like happens there.
Have you seen that street on Philadelphia, Kensington Street?
I don't know if I have. Is it in West Philly or?
I don't know where it is, but
Oh.
it's fucking disgusting. Let's go to YouTube. Wait.
What happened to this place? Oh wow, that's real third world country looking stuff.
Oh, this is a draw. There's a dude that did a walk. Oh, yeah, here we are. Yeah. And people are just like sleeping, standing up and shit. It's like, oh my gosh.
This looks like parts of New York, a little bit.
Ugh.
Like Parts of Brooklyn look like this.
The tenderloin is bad too. Yeah, this is just
Oh man, that's
disgusting.
bad. Yeah.
So like we don't. I mean, we have more homeless here now than we did, but like a lot of the cities that are very popular amongst a certain type of people, like I noticed that they're always run down and disgusting. There's tons of homeless people. There's tons of drugs and all that
Skid
kind of
Row.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm just like I don't like this. So I avoid stuff like this. For what it's worth, I'm from. Let's see if we can find sunny side, Houston. All right, so
It's the
this
most
is.
dangerous neighborhood.
Oh
What a
wait,
name for the most dangerous neighborhood.
I mean, like most of these places, like they weren't always this way. It's no. Oh yeah, well here's the city. So they're going to Sunnyside. I don't know when this was, but like they're starting to build up stuff and gentrify a little bit more. And yeah,
Mm.
kind of see it. Oh wait, is this a person from Japan? Oh man, that's sad. So this is where I'm from, right? So like, and I'm from a place that's disgusting. I mean, it wasn't always like that. It used to be nice, relatively. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. It was nice to me, but like coming from places like this, I
What
have
went wrong?
zero interest of going anywhere where there's shit like this. Like I left it. I worked my ass
Yeah.
off so I didn't have to be amongst these types of people or be in this environment. So like I am unlikely to ever want to go anywhere where it's just like it reminds me of where I'm from, which is
Mm.
why I'm willing to go and spend $10,000 for a hotel, is so that I don't have to be around that shit. Cause like why do I want to be around that?
Right.
Yeah, like a lot of the places. I mean, even Acres Home is not great here. Acres Home, Houston. It's another area that like I spent a lot of time in my life growing up in.
Mm.
The other half of my family's from Acre Home.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know. All that to say is that I try not to go to anywhere where it's shitty. And I only like being around nice things. I do know that New York does have nice things, but to get to the nice things, you have to go through shit.
Yeah, in New York,
And
it's all in one place. Like you're brushing shoulders with like celebrities and also like homeless people. Like
yeah,
it's everything's just in one tiny square footage.
yeah, yeah. So it's not for me. But I mean, I don't have nothing against the folks who choose to live there. They're like want to live their life there. Fine.
Yeah.
Keep living there is great, right? Because it's like I've seen what's happened to the place, and it was just like I don't want that here. I saw some of the like, are they riots that were happening there, or
In New York?
yeah, like some type of, I don't know, like something happened in New York.
Oh, Screen Actors Guild. Like there were protests for people who like write all the TV shows and stuff like that.
Now I meant like something else. Like somebody was like, "Is this New York right now?" I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Let's see if we can see
Oh.
anything on Twitter. I don't really follow. What the hell is this? Oh my god! Like
Oh,
shit
Newark
like this, like
Airport's trending.
disgusting. Like that kind of stuff disgusts me. This is why I go to foreign countries. I don't want to even see those type of people.
Oh man. What are your thoughts on like Miami?
Degeneracy. But I mean, it's a beautiful place, but like it's full of degenerate shit.
Yeah. Dude,
Like,
why is Newark Airport trending? That's so weird.
wait, where?
Newark Airport. I'm flying out from Newark Airport. On the right hand side, it says Newark Airport. That's like 15 minutes from my house.
An unattended dog, a bag. Okay.
Oh, that meal cost him $78 at Newark Airport. What the?
Wow, seriously?
Okay. Now I want to leave America too.
Oh.
That's hilarious. How does that?
I mean,
Yeah,
airport
man.
food is expensive. Like, I don't even like. I try not to eat at airports because first of all they sell you is trash and garbage. They're not giving you like
Yes.
actual good food, and then it's expensive. And
Yes.
I think that like there's a conspiracy where it's like they don't want you bringing anything into the airport so that they can force you to spend absorbent amount of money on bullshit. So what I do is like I do buy water, and when I travel, I have that one bottle of water I don't eat. And I try to avoid everything at the airport.
Yeah.
I hate the airport.
Maybe it's for the best. Maybe they make the food so crappy so that people aren't taking a crap on the flight. And like everyone's like running to the bathroom.
No,
Like,
I don't think that's it. Because people get food at the airport. They're eating that disgusting Burger King shit.
that's
It's
true. They
just
see
like-
that anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is crazy right here. This is the border. So like, I'm sure you know or you're aware that our governor is sending people to New York, and I'm just like, I don't
Wait,
know.
what? Dude, I live under a rock by design.
Well, you
So I
also
don't
live
know
in,
what's
in New Jersey, so like you probably aren't experiencing this. So I'm sure you've heard in the past that we have a border issue in our country.
Yes.
And-
And I know your state's especially at the
Yes, because we're a
part of it.
fucking border state. And
Yeah.
for the longest time, people up in New York are like, oh, we need open borders. We need all this kind of stuff. And it's like, y'all are racist and all this kind of shit. So our governor has started busing migrants to sanctuary cities, to the self-proclaimed sanctuary cities. So now they're starting to break down and like, they're like, oh, this is so bad. We can't handle this. It's like, well, you're only getting a fraction. It's like,
But
y'all
that-
are all open. Y'all all happy about
that
open
video
borders.
can't be real. Like that's just too many people. I feel like that's like propaganda.
It's easy to feel that way.
Okay.
It's not. Like there's been a border issue for a while, and like I think the wall was stupid, but hey, like whoever, what's his name, Donald Trump, that dude, when him building the wall, like it at least addressed the issue that a lot of the border states are facing. Is like,
Yeah.
we have these people who are coming, we don't know who they are. It increases our crime rate, right? And like, it increases drugs and all these other types of things that no one seems to give a shit about because it's not in their state. So I was like, I'm all for it. I'm like, yeah, let's share it. Like, let's, the equity and inclusion that people are always talking about, let's spread the equity around, right? Send them to the
Right.
sanctuary cities, let them deal with it, because apparently, it's fine so long as, Houston, I don't know, like Houston, we have I think this is one of the sex trafficking capitals of the United States.
What?
Yeah. Like it's you don't hear about it because it's not happening in one of those states up there. But like this is stuff that happens all the time here, and it seems like no one gives a shit. Yeah, here you are. So, where is this at? Oh, this is somewhere else in Italy. The hell? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm all for like, let's just send these people up to New York. And apparently they're giving them jobs, so it's even better.
Dude, we barely have any space here. Like there's so much traffic all the time. Everything's full. I'm surprised we can house more people.
Well, I don't think y'all can, but like, they're being sent there. So it's like I'm like, hey, that's those are the sanctuary city problems. They said that they don't want to deal with ICE. They're not going to report anything. They're just going to let them stay there and spend tax money. So like this is a thing in Chicago too, and it's starting to really become a big deal. Here, let me pull up Chicago. Wait, where's my mouse? Okay. It may not be obvious, but I don't really know how to use Twitter, so we're figuring this out together.
I think you're using it right. It's just
You
how Twitter
type a
is.
name and
You can search stuff, yeah, but you might want to be more specific because Chicago, you'll get everything.
okay. Chicago migrant.
Yeah.
This is in Texas, one of our border cities.
Is it really like that? Wow. That's crazy. Dude, honestly, I'm so glad I turned off the news. I just cut out news from my life for the past year, and I've never been happier.
Well, the thing is that like I don't watch news at all, but it's hard to not notice it because I live here. Right?
Yeah, there's
Whereas
certain
it's
things
like-
you just can't avoid because but you're like in a nice part of town.
Well, yeah,
like,
and I stay in my nice part of town for that reason. And honestly, like I've noticed that there's been increased crime rate in my area. I'd see homeless people walking around in my area now, and this is
really?
like my area is let's see, let's figure out richest areas, Texas.
Sugarland. Is it? I don't know.
I
don't know
doubt
what
it.
that is.
Richest neighborhood. How about that? Area's not neighborhood. I know there's one in Dallas. So like South Lake, is this in Dallas? I think. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, Dallas.
What's it take to
Highland
live
Park. Huh?
What's it take to get into a neighborhood like that?
Uh, money. Like, I'll show you some of the houses. Highland Park. This is also in Dallas, I think. University Park. Is this Dallas as well, or is this the one in Houston? Because we have West University. Yeah, West University Place here. I used to live in Alamo Heights back when I lived in San Antonio.
Ooh. Okay.
So West University Place. This is the place on the other side of 59, and it says here the median household income is over 250K.
Okay.
But that, I mean, that's just, let's.
That's not that much, to be honest.
Well,
but median, I guess.
yeah, it's median, and and that's just income. That's not, well, like that's not actual money.
Net worth.
Yeah. So like, I'm fortunate where it's like I'm not tied to my income anymore, which is different, right? Like some people it's tied to income. It's like, yeah, like that's just one metric. West University Place. Okay, so here's West University Place. Let's do home type.
What university is there? Is it like Rice?
It's Rice, but it's not called that because of that.
Oh.
Although it is west of the university, technically. All right, so here's a new home.
Damn. Oh
So,
my God, I want it.
Like, you're probably not going to be living in any of these making $250,000 a year because we have income, we have property tax. It's like 2.5%. So whatever that is, you're paying that in taxes every year.
That's
All
a
right.
lot.
So yeah, stuff like
Is that
this.
50 grand?
Actually, this will show what the taxes may be. Let's see. Taxes a month will be about well, that's wrong. Tax rate is technically 2.2. So $61,000 a year. Yeah.
Dude, taxation is theft.
I mean, yeah,
I thought you guys lived in Texas. Like,
We
what
do.
the hell?
Yeah. We don't have income tax, but we do have property tax.
Yeah, I guess you gotta pay.
Which, I mean, to be fair, like I'd rather pay property tax, even though like it will affect me. And I mean, honestly, I rent for a big reason because of that. But like I'd rather have people pay property tax because if you own something that like you have enough money to own it, it's like, okay, pay tax. Versus income tax, everybody has to pay income tax. So
Okay.
yeah, so we only have property tax, and it's not cars, it's only on property, like real estate property.
$5 grand a month? Like that's like a nice New York City apartment.
Yeah.
Like a really nice one. And
So yeah, you'd be paying $21,000 a month to live here.
oh my God.
Right. So like, yeah, you're not making $250,000 a year if you live here. Right. And I mean, even the cheaper homes, like toward the edge, like these are what I would consider a tear down. Like you tear it down and build something better. Even this 1930, about $1 million.
What's the tax on this one look like?
Our tax rate for the city of Houston is like for Texas it's like 2. Yeah, it's 2.2, 2.3%. If you want to be
monthly cost $7 grand. Okay, that's doable.
I mean,
with 1.4 grand taxes.
Yeah, not I mean, but still, like that's at 1.74%. Let's put it at 2.5. So yeah, it's 24 grand a year, 7,700.
Oh, that's the year. Okay. Oof.
Yeah, or 24,000 a year. Not
24,000
yeah.
a year, 2,000.
Yeah, you pay some people they pay their taxes with their mortgage for some reason, but you could pay it at the end of the year. I guess most people don't have that kind of money just to pay it. But yeah,
I feel so broke right now.
Well, I feel broke too. That's fine. Like I always feel broke, even when like I'm technically not. I'm like I feel broke, and it keeps me grounded. Where it's like, okay,
they say broke is a mentality.
I would say poor is a mentality.
Poor is a mentality.
Like I tell everyone I'm broke. So like, in fact, I make sure that I'm always broke. So I have nothing. That's my goal. It's like
I read an article that was making the case that rather than working hard, the best way to become rich and move ahead in life is to marry in.
Well, I would say it's the fastest, maybe not the best, but yeah, or just know people.
Yeah.
I've been lucky in that regard. Like I've met some really cool people. All right,
Yeah.
but this is just West University, right? So let's look at River Oaks, which is where I'm at.
I heard that's a really nice neighborhood when I was like looking at Airbnbs.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if you will find Airbnbs in River Oaks, the neighborhood.
Yeah, I didn't see Airbnbs there, but like I think it said somewhere they had a nice downtown street or something like that,
We don't know. There's no downtown. This is a neighborhood.
or like a main street. I don't know. Maybe
Oh yeah,
not.
River Oaks
Oh,
Boulevard.
that's a nice house.
Yeah. This is on Kirby, so
So-
I live off of Kirby. So it's like this is the kind of stuff I want, where my artwork costs more than some people's like salary. Like, this to me, this is now what I consider wealth. So like I now have things that I'm like, yeah, I'll just hang it on my wall. I don't need to go out
What do
and
these
present it.
people do? I just want to knock on their doors and interview them. Like, what are you
They
doing?
all likely own businesses. None of them actually are employees,
Oh,
or maybe they're
definitely.
oil executives. This one's $30 million. You know, in Houston.
wow. That's cool looking.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I mean, this isn't me. I have a limit where it's just like this is just it's just tacky.
Look at that faucet. You see the faucet?
Yeah,
It's
I
like a
know.
swan.
To me, that's just gaudy. Like that's what the Ritz is to me, or the St. Regis. It's like just
Yes.
like not for me. But I mean, you know, if you wanted to come out to Texas and live a certain way. Oh, actually, this house they're still building. Actually, I don't know if this is done. They've been building it for a while.
I think what
walk
I'm
past
more
it a lot.
surprised by is like all these houses are for sale.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things that are on sale that are like nice houses. That's crazy. Like, aren't people satisfied living there?
Well, I think a lot of these folks like they have more. A lot of these homes are empty.
Yeah, that's so crazy to me.
I mean, like they've been empty for years, and like the people who own them, like they're rich, so they only.
Imagine paying that property tax and like not even living in it.
But they probably don't give a shit. Like when you're rich, like
Yeah, I can't even
know,
fathom. Like, yeah,
you know what?
it's a rounding error.
Yeah, it's like okay, yeah.
It's like my Mid-Journey membership that I don't use, but
I mean, yeah, it's like there are things that like you pay for, and like to other people, it's wow, you just throw that away. It's like yeah, and that's that's here. So yeah, this is this is where I'm at, right? And then as soon as you get to the other side of the freeway, like over here, well, Tanglewood is nice, but like all this is kind of shitty. Basically, the farther out of this little area you get, the more not nice it is. This right here is my style house, like ranch style homes. This is like my dream style home. Like I would
Yeah, those are cool.
depending on where it is. If it's on the main street, I wouldn't do it. But I'd pay $1 million plus for this. Like
Yeah, it's got a nice space.
yeah, I like
So
this
open.
kind of stuff. Like I don't really like too big of a house because it scares me. It sounds really dumb, but like it scares me to be in a really, really large house alone.
I hear that. Yeah.
Like you talk and you hear an echo. Like I don't want that. I'm good. Pass me.
Yeah.
Oh no, it has a HOA fee. I fucking hate HOA fees.
What the hell for a house?
Yeah. A lot of houses are under HOA. Oh, this isn't Afton Oaks. This is the neighborhood that I was saying that y'all should stay in.
Yeah, I think we're at the bottom left corner of that.
No, you're outside of Afton Oaks. I know where y'all are. You're
really?
yeah, you're overlooking the Liberty Taco actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is dope, man. Like for 1.7, but yeah, goddamn, 12,000. Fuck.
Dude, pools are a hassle. I don't know if
I know
want a
that.
pool.
I don't want a pool, but like this interest rate, fuck. Let's see what this would have been. I know I shouldn't do it, but like, fuck, I gotta. Oh,
That's a huge difference.
yeah. So, I'm not paying that much. My rent's almost $4,000 a month. I'm still coming out ahead. Yeah. Here, I'll show you where you are.
It does look cool though, that place.
Okay, so then. So y'all are right over here. Right here.
Okay.
Can I show that? Will it?
Yeah, that place had like 4.9 stars, which is really good. So I was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. So you're right here. So the taco spot that I was. Oh, you weren't in our meeting. My bad. We have like a weekly meeting for for whatever. But yeah, the breakfast place that I normally go to every morning, or not every morning, but a lot, is Liberty Taco. If you've ever seen the tacos on my Instagram, that's where they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you could literally just walk here and then walk right there. It's probably a 5-minute walk. I think your backyard is Liberty Taco.
Boom.
I think y'all are here. I think you're right here.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be convenient. Have at least one place that's walkable where you can eat.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll go here in the mornings, most likely. There's another place. I mean, well, do you like Pakistani food?
I do. Like I could, yeah. It's been a while, but
well,
sure.
good. Don't eat it yet then. So like, there's a place. It's one of my favorites. It's Karagi guys.
Okay.
Out here somewhere, like in Sugarland. So like, you can see Sugarland, I guess. Sugarland is not that. It's not that nice in my opinion. It's like suburb and it's boring and like that's where you go when you can't afford to live in the city. That's how I look at Sugarland. Or if you just like, well, yeah, because space is hard. Oh shit, I'm sorry, bro. 575. Hell, okay.
That was like the other place you sent over.
Yeah, hell, maybe I'll about 575. Price,
but it's almost like a townhouse kind of thing.
It is, but it's 3,000 square feet.
That's a lot.
Well, I mean, yeah. But look at how much it'll run me. 42.31. I mean, I get to write off the tax and the interest.
And you could put down a bigger down payment too and cut that down a little bit.
Yeah. Well, no, I think this is with a 20% down payment. I would only put 20% down.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I like having some cash, and yeah, this is not bad. Like this is actually comparable. Like to spend $600 more a month to get my own house.
Yeah.
Even though like I don't like the floor, but like whatever. But like I mean, I would do this, but it's price
HOA
cut.
fees here too. Okay.
Wait, for HOA fees.
$100.
It's just $1,200 a year. Fuck. Well, I would consider it. Like I've been wanting to get a house. I think this is the same place where the Airbnb is.
Are you cool with stairs?
Yeah, I don't mind stairs.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's different than the ranch thing you were saying before.
It is, but like the ranch thing was $1.8 million. Like for 575, I'll climb some stairs. It's okay. Lose some weight in the process. Like this area is expensive. Wait, hold on, wait. Let me make sure this is the area I think it is. Oh, no wonder. Okay, I see. It's over here. It's really close to the freeway. No wonder. So Afton Oaks is like, it's the neighborhood that I would like to live in, but some of the houses have gone outside of my price range.
Yeah.
Like anything over 1.5 million is outside of my price range because you saw what the taxes are like. And also like I'm very particular about the size of my home. It needs to be between 3,000 and 4,000 square feet. I'll accept 2,800, but like if it's over like if it's 5,000, that's way too big, because then you're gonna have to have 2 ACs, and your energy bill is gonna be 600. Oh my gosh, this is nice.
True.
See, I like this kind of stuff right here, where it's like it's low key. Nobody knows that it's nice, so I don't have to worry about getting robbed. And then it has like a thing in the back,
kind of tucked away.
Yeah,
you got a garage in the back
with an apartment on top, so I can either use that as my office. Or I could like, if people want to stay, I wouldn't put a gym in there. I would like, if people want to stay with me, they can stay there, like not in the house. They can go have their own place. And it has stairs. Yeah, I like stuff like this where it's like low key.
This looks nice.
Yeah, it is. But I would have to put
I like how they finished it too.
I don't.
How much was this one again? 1.35.
1.35. Yeah, I would have to put another $400K to like get rid of these disgusting cabinets. To fix like the freaking refrigerator's hanging out, so I had to get that addressed. Yeah, like I don't. The floors are fine, but I don't like this fireplace. I don't like the fan. I had to get lighting. Yeah, it'll be another like 400. Oh wait, and then my window. Oh, never mind. Okay, I was like, if my window is facing another person's property, I can't do it. I have a thing about that. Like I don't want to look out my window and see someone else's house.
I see.
Which is why I live where I live. Like I can look out my window and I see no one. So
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, this is kind of dope.
How long
But-
have you been living in your current place?
5 years.
5 years. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So when I first moved here, this was the premier like high rise in Houston, and to this day, like it's still one of the nicest ones. Even though we have newer ones, they're kind of they're not as unique or whatever. But I remember when I moved here, and I was thinking, I was like, I never would have dreamed that I would be living here, because this was like when they were building it. I was working at a place called Parveda Solutions, and this was when they were building it. Like I was always wondering, I'm like, man, what do people do to where they can live in a place like this, right? Because I saw what the rents were starting at, and this was in 2015. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then like to one day just be like, my realtor, I tried to buy a house and they pulled out or whatever. So like we ended up coming here, and I ended up just getting on the spot. I was like, yeah, this is amazing. And when I was living here, I was thinking back, I was like, man, like I remember driving past this building while they were building it every and just like wondering like, man, how, like, what do I need to do to get to a point to where, like, not even just to live here, but just get to a point where I could afford to live in a place like this, because this area is not cheap.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's something that like it's not lost on me, where I'm just like, even now I can look out my window, and to the left is the my dad wasn't really he wasn't present that much, but like I knew who he was, and I spent time with him. His office was like, he had a building right here to the left. It was a very, very large building. I think it was like 30 stories or something like that. And I was reflecting on it the other day, where I was just like, man, like it's crazy how I'm in the area where I grew up in, almost like, because I was always coming to the office, and I like, it's almost like I'm meant to be here. Almost.
Yeah.
Because like I look around, I'm like, man, there's so many things that when I was growing up, I was in this area doing stuff with other folks, and it's just like wasn't thinking about it. I'm like, here I am living here. It's like, well, what's next? So there's a piece of property. There's two things here that I want. There is a piece of property. This is the office that I'm referring to. All of this was the building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there are some people who who I remember getting in trouble of doing some shit when I was younger, and some folks who who live in New York now were also here.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't say. But yeah. So I want this place, and then there's a office building that I want here. If I can find it. Wait, here we are. This street. Wait. How do I? Oh, this isn't Google Maps. Let's look at this on Richmond Avenue.
Kirby Ave sounds really familiar for some reason.
If you were here, like it's a street. Most people know it. Like it's one of those streets where it's like,
okay.
Are
there hotels and stuff on it at some point?
No, not where I am. There are almost no hotels where I am.
Oh no.
And I'm okay with that. I like it. I don't want hotels near where we are.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is it right here. Wait, man, Apple is kind of trash. Yeah, this building right here. I want this. Like, I want it.
You want to own that building?
Yeah, like.
What would you do with it?
Park my G-Wagon under it. I don't know. Like, if like, I want to have a studio. Like, I want a studio. And it's a single, like it's a single floor, but it's up, right? There's not really a garage, so like the parking's under the building, but it's not too big. I'm a big thing, like for me, like the size of something is important for me. 2626 Richmond. Let's see. So I saw that it was for lease, and I'm like, I wonder if I can get it for lease. See if I can buy it. No, it doesn't say. But yeah, you see, it's like it's 7,100 square feet. They want me to call. I don't know if I want to call them just to get the price. Oh, it's for lease. Okay. Yes, this is somewhere it's like I would be willing to buy it if I could. And for me, it's just the area that it's in. It's a really nice area. So Richmond, let's just say Richmond is the street that I spend a lot of my time on. Like Liberty Taco is on Richmond.
Okay.
My gym, Lifetime Fitness is on Richmond. My other gym is on Richmond. It's the first street. I don't know. It's just easy to. I don't know. I just like it. It's not
Okay.
even that nice of a street. It's just like it's just near where I live.
Yeah, it's like
And
home to you.
yeah, so yeah, I saw this while I was walking the other day from the gas station. I go at night sometimes when I want sweets. So I'll go cheat and walk down there. And I
Mm.
saw it was for rent. And I was like, man, I need this. But I don't know. Maybe one day. I need to. So we need to figure out what we're gonna do, man. Like we need to start something. Like we can't. I don't think working is the answer. Not work, work for others. I don't think that's the answer. We're gonna need to figure
It-
out what we can do to where we can justify buying something ridiculous.
yeah. Um, I like how I like thinking of instead of going up a career ladder, it's a career jungle gym. Someone at Facebook said that when I worked there, like someone senior. Like you want to go lateral, make lateral moves. That's the quicker way to go up sometimes. So
But when you say go up, like I don't know, like I'm not. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not career oriented. I never have been, and I guess that makes it harder for me to relate to most folks because most folks in their mind they're like a career job and all that. And I've never been that.
no,
And
yeah, I agree with you. I'm not saying career. I'm saying like to buy that thing, you have to go up in some degree of your life. I'm not saying career is the way. A lot of people mistakenly think career is the only way to do that. I think that's wrong.
I don't even think
But
it is a way. Like not in the short term. Like maybe if you do something for 40 years and like you save every penny, then sure you can enjoy it when you're 60 or 70. But it's just
I mean, I'm
like
sure like a MD, like a senior VP or MD at a hedge fund could maybe like swing that.
I don't know. Yeah.
But I don't know if yeah, but I think that's not uh the game worth playing all the time. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
unlikely for that. Whereas there are probably other ways, much quicker ways.
much quicker
Um,
ways. Yeah.
like, yeah, definitely home building. That's one thing that I would like to do more of is building houses because we have a shortage of supply, and that's the quickest way to make money, right? Like build something for $200,000, sell it for 400,000. You have a profit. Roll that
Yeah.
into your next thing, and next thing you know, you're selling homes for 800, 900 million dollars.
Yeah.
And yeah, all of a sudden, all this kind of stuff becomes not that big of a deal. For me, like 1.5, I think is my principal number, as in like I can't justify spending that on principal. Like I had to set boundaries.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, when you can get almost anything you want, you need to do something to make sure that you control yourself a little bit.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
So,
I could if I'm like when I'm looking at houses, I'm kind of looking in like the 1 mil range. But it's so like when you go to 2 mil, they just get so much nicer.
well, if you were to live in Houston, like you don't have to spend 2 mil to have a nice house. In
Yeah.
fact, you don't even have to spend $1 million to have a nice house. That's just to live in the city in this area. Like there are other areas that you could live in that are significantly cheaper.
Mm.
Now the question is, do you
Yeah.
want to live in those areas? Like, it's the same with cities, right? Like I have contemplated like what it would look like if I were to leave Houston, and like the only place I would probably go is like outside in the country, or maybe in San Antonio, which is kind of like the country. Like say for instance, Bernie, Texas. Oh my gosh, let's just type it in. So Bernie is pretty dope. It's in the hills.
Ooh.
Or actually, how do I? Oh, okay, I'm tripping. Let's not do it here. Let's go to here, and we'll look for Bernie, Texas.
BOERN.
Yeah. So remember, I used to live in San Antonio when I went to school.
Right.
So, shit, what did I just do? Fuck. Man, Apple Maps is so fucking trash. Like, does Apple make good software?
They do, yeah.
Where? I've yet to use it. Like, show it to me. I struggle to figure out where it is.
I never use Apple's I've never used Apple Maps really.
Okay. So you know what? We'll just go to Google. I know that Google Maps will let me do Street View. So we'll do Bernie, Texas. All right. Not actually Bernie, Texas, but like near Bernie, Texas.
Okay.
How do you do Street View?
Yeah, drag that little guy onto a road.
Okay. Where are we at? Raymond Park. Wait. Huh? Okay. Let's come down to here. So I used to live over here. Here at the Alien. Over here. UTSA is over here as well. And what you can't tell because it's a photo, these are hills, and they go up really high. I mean, high for me, right? Like 400 feet, kind of high, so you can see the city. So it's kind of cool. Let me see if we can. My gosh, this is painful. Yeah, so you can kind of see some of the elevation, I guess, ish. I don't know where I can go here to show you like the city.
I see it here. Yeah, I kind of see it going up that road.
Yeah.
Now, if you look to your left, maybe. Oh, the season's changed.
It's the trees too. But I like this too because it's like I like being in the trees. This is a thing that's popular in Houston. So I'll show you a street here in Houston, and a lot of our streets are like this in my area. Let's come here. Listen that. North is probably the best street to do that on. Is this north? Yes. So a lot of our streets are like this, tree lined.
Wow, that looks sick.
So
I would not believe that's Texas.
Yeah, this is Texas. So I grew up with trees around. So like for me, like trees and grass. So wherever I live, it needs to have trees and grass. And this is in the 4th largest city in America. Like, we have tree-lined streets.
Wait, this is the 4th largest city in America?
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston. Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I also think I saw somewhere that we're also the most diverse city in America, which is a surprise for a lot of people. Because they're like, wait, what? How? But it's very diverse here. But yeah, it's like a lot of trees here. In fact, here, let's go down one of these bridges, Dunlobby. So we won't really be doing any of this because we won't have time to tour around like that. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. I'm tripping. Yeah. The zoom is broken on here. Oh my gosh, it's disgusting. All right, here we go. Yeah. So here's, so like imagine you're coming out of your tree-lined street, and then you cross this over here to go to another tree-lined street.
Damn.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Somehow I don't know how that would happen.
Dude, last time I was in Houston, I saw a car light up on fire.
Really?
I was staying at a hotel by the highway for a wedding.
Where were you? Like, what part of Houston were you in? Because this is a large city.
I know it's huge. I wouldn't even be able to tell you, but it was like a more commercially, like they had Marriott, Sheraton, like that kind of. There was like a large event hall, but I'm talking to my cousin, and we're on the terrace of this hotel, and I hear screeching, like tire skidding, and I look over his shoulder, and I'm looking at the highway now, and I see a car like hit another car on the highway, and then it kind of swerves off, and then it pulls up into the grass, and then it was like a pretty bad accident, and I see like a family of like
on grass. Okay, so you must have been like on I-10 most likely.
Yeah, like between the two lanes there was like a little bit of a grass shoulder kind of thing, and then I see like a family of like 6 run out of this car, and then they run out and the car just lights up in flames, and I'll show you a video when I come to Houston. I took a video of it all. It's crazy.
I have a feeling I know where you were. Not like I know probably the freeway, because there are only a few freeways that have a grass median.
Okay.
Well, they're not even freeways; they're tolls. So 99 has that. I'll show that.
Actually, hold on. Am I confusing cities? It was either Houston.
If it's Dallas, then like that makes sense
Austin.
for Dallas. Austin, that makes sense for Austin too. Austin's a small town, but yeah. So we have like grass medians on 99.
Yeah, it was something like that. But now I'm trying to think if it was Houston or Austin.
I don't know how you can get them confused. We're very different. We're very different. Like Austin's way the hell over here,
Yeah.
and like they have 3 streets. Wow.
I went to Texas twice that year, so I'm like confusing. There was a big highway and like hotel by the highway, and it felt like Houston to me because the highway was just very big, and I don't associate huge highways with like Austin.
Well, one thing I can think of is likely right here. So this area, like this is a large highway where you should be able to see like the hotel. So like there are a lot of hotels right over here. So that's actually a hotel that Marriott. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, it was called Austin. The name of the hotel is Marriott, and it had towers in the name or something.
Okay, then that could have been let's see, Marriott.
Was it Marriott? It's some hotel with towers in the name, and I think now I'm thinking it is.
So this is the Marriott Marquis, the one this is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's a nice one.
You know, you can have a dope view of it's shitty to me. Like I hate our downtown sometimes. Oh whoa, I didn't know it. Well, all right, I gotta stay here now.
Ooh,
I have to go here. I didn't know they had a Texas swimming pool.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's, well, I mean, it's obvious to me. I know that other people know everything about our state, or my state. Oh my gosh, like I may stay here because I have a free night that I have to use, and I don't know if I can use it in the kind of hotel I would like to stay at, like in the Edition in Tokyo. I don't think it'll cover that. But I know for a fact it'll cover here.
The pool just sold you on it.
I mean, like, for me, it's just like if I'm gonna stay in a hotel, unless I'm going to a better city, and this is how I do things. Oh, dude, I didn't know you were here, casual economist. God dang. I didn't... Yeah, bro, we have trees here, man. We have a lot of trees. Houston is very, very green. In fact, here, I'm gonna show you how green it is. I don't like, yeah, here, this is what I wanted. All right, so like, you see, this is greenery, bro. Like, the only area that's greener is Northeast Texas, or just East Texas, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we got trees here. I know everybody likes to hate on us, but you know, we got stuff. It's El Paso that's only
West
got
Texas
rocks and shit. Yeah, that's where you get into like the plains, the rolling hills, and all that kind of stuff. It's beautiful. I like it. But yeah, I'm down here in Houston. We have trees, and specifically in my area, we got trees.
Houston's just a little humid for me.
I love it. I mean, I grew up in it though. Like, oh, actually, we could go to the park if y'all like walking. We have a arboretum too, if you're into that. Or I can take you to the Japanese garden, which I don't know. Like, actually, we may do the Japanese garden because I want to take y'all to the Turkey Leg Hut. It's a black establishment, so we're gonna go to the Turkey Leg Hut.
Turkey Leg Hut.
Yes, this place.
Whoa.
Yes.
Turkey legs.
Yeah, so it's near where I grew up. It's amazing. So we're gonna go here. Now the thing is that if we were to eat here, it's a little I don't know if it's y'all's kind of scene or vibe. I'll just say that. So what we could do is we can get it to go and then eat it at like the Japanese garden. You know,
we could hang out here. It looks.
I mean,
cool.
You say that, but I mean, if you want to see some of the most ratchet people, then this is where you come.
Hey, I'm there to people watch. Like I
don't want to see these kind of people. I'm good. Like,
I want to get a taste of the real Texas.
Well, this is Houston. So Houston is, you know, like we have more of a, like there are more people like me here in Houston than other parts of Texas. So it probably won't be like indicative of the rest of Texas.
No, I get that, but it'll be a diverse. It's the most diverse city, so it'll be one aspect of it.
Yeah. So we'll go here. We'll probably also go to. Well, no, I guess we really can't go to many places. So we're probably not going to be able to do barbecue. So maybe this is probably what we'll do as a result.
This feels like barbecue vibes a little bit.
Oh, it's smoked. Yeah, it's smoked turkey legs. Technically, that's what barbecue is here. It's smoked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not grill. A lot of people make that mistake. They're grill stuff and they're like, oh, we have barbecue. I'm like, that's grilled meat. It's not barbecue.
Interesting.
Oh, dude, we have somebody in the stream who said they heard great things about turkey leg. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. I go. I mean, I don't go that often anymore, but I found out that the person and I found out he's like extended family. I don't know him, so but like he knows, like he's from the area where my family's from, and when I told him my name, he's like, I know who your family. He's like, I know you. It's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I'm Shepherd. I don't know if that's obvious, but I was like, oh, I'm William Shepherd. He's like, I'm like, my family is, also from. He's like, yeah, I know who you are. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right. He's older than me though.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like well, maybe you don't know, like families out in East Texas, like it's closer knit here. It's not like the bigger cities where people don't know one another. Like people know each other here.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I moved around a bit growing up, so I don't have that experience where like someone would know me, like if I'm at a restaurant.
Well, I don't know if he knew me personally, but apparently he may have known my dad or something like that. I don't know.
But he recognized from seeing you?
My name when I told him my name.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Cause he was talking. I was like, he sound like he people here, like some people have the Houston accent, and I can kind of tell. I was like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, I'm from he said Crockett or Grapeland or something like that. I'm like, oh, my family's from there. I'm like, and I asked his name or whatever. He's like, I forgot what his name is. I'm gonna be honest. I told you I don't actually know him like that. But yeah, when I told him who I was, he's like, oh, I know. He's like, yeah, I think we family or something like that. I was like, okay, and that was the end of that. I'm not. Yeah,
okay.
I don't really know. But yeah, we'll go here. It's amazing. Then we'll go to the Japanese garden, which it's near there. It's not necessarily amazing, but it's near there. So Japanese garden. Yeah, so you get to eat in peace, I guess.
Yeah.
Or yeah, here you are. Yeah, so it's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know why there's no photos of it.
I went to the one in SF.
I want to go to the one in Japan. That's right. Like, but I probably need to go here first before I go to the one in Japan, because it's like I probably won't want to come here again. But they have fresh produce and stuff here. In fact, HEB sponsors it, so like they have the HB garden. HEB is the grocery store. Yeah. So
I know of them.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff about it today. Or we can go eat here if it's not raining or whatever. But yeah, we can get that and eat somewhere, or maybe we can come back to where I am, to my place, go to the 6th floor and eat it there, out on the pool. It's nice and breezy up there, so it'll feel really, really nice. We have cabanas and all that kind of shit.
Sweet. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure out a real plan. I think what I'll do is next week I'll invite you and Chris to our weekly meeting on Wednesday. It's Wednesday I can't change it. It's Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, which I think is 8 p.m. for you.
Yeah. That should be fine.
Yeah. So it's because I don't know if you realize this, but we're spread out across the country.
Yeah.
So like we do everything in Central Time, and it's mostly because I get to say we do everything Central Time. So everything is around Central Time, but I also keep in mind that folks are West Coast and East Coast. And I think 7 works for most people. That's 5 for Eddie, and that's 8 for you, and that's 7 for me. So yeah, I'll invite you. You don't have to really show up on time or anything. It'll just be planning. You don't even have to show up if you don't want to. I'll make sure I drop it in the HTX channel so that you can join there.
Yeah, it'll be cool to touch base with everyone.
Yeah, and that's the Wednesday before y'all that weekend that y'all come. So yeah, we'll figure out any last minute things. I will make an effort, because I think I'm going to take off that Friday, so I'll go into the bakery. Those choco buns I'm always eating on Instagram. I was planning to go get y'all some, so we can have a stockpile of them, so y'all can understand what I'm eating over here.
Yeah, and I'll probably skip on that. I'm doing like a grain-free
Nah,
gluten-free kind of
you
thing.
can't skip this, bro. You can't skip this one.
Maybe I'll have a
Sorry.
nibble, but
You gotta
it's
eat
been like a
one.
year. I haven't had any grains for like a year. It's crazy.
Wait, you know rice is a grain though, right?
It is. I haven't had it in a year.
Man, okay.
I was trying,
Can you
it
eat
was for like
tacos?
fitness.
Tacos are like flour.
I'll do the salad with the. I'll do the meat. I'll go heavy on the meat, but I won't have.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All
It's a
right,
sacrifice, but
well,
I don't even notice it anymore. But
all right. Well, sacrifice it, I guess, for or not for a day. You know, just keep that in mind. You'll be here for a day. So, but I'm not gonna push you. Do you? But yeah, we'll reconvene next week, and we can do another stream later this week if you're free. But I
Okay.
have to go. I imagine it's later for you than
dude,
it is for me.
I got time flew by. That was fun though. But yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I'll try to get my setup fixed until next time.
Oh, I'm about to restart my computer. Like my computer's going slow right now. And
Dude, I got the beach ball of death a couple times, but luckily I was still able to, like, some things still work. But yeah,
we'll figure it out soon, hopefully. M3 Ultra. That's what
M3
I'm
Ultra.
hearing. M3 Ultra. It'll solve all my problems. All
Can't
right.
wait.
Anyways,
See ya, dude. Have a
I'll
good
see
one.
you later. You have a good night, and yeah, we'll reconvene later.
All
All
right.
right. Those of you who are watching on the stream, I didn't even know y'all were here, especially you casual economists. I'm surprised you even sleep. But yeah. So I'll be streaming later this week, most likely on Friday. I've already hit my goal for the week, so like technically I don't have to stream at all anymore. But I'll probably be around on Friday, likely on Saturday too. More likely on Saturday. Friday is still up in the air, but Saturday I'll definitely do a stream. And maybe I'll even build some stuff, or maybe I'll just talk shit. I prefer talking shit, to be honest. Like there's a bunch of current events that I want to talk about. So if y'all are here for it, I'll switch gears and start doing that. Any case, I'm about to head out. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining. And if you liked any of this, please give a thumbs up, follow, subscribe, all the things. Peace and good night.